obviously. It's round two, day one. People in the chat already confused before I'm streaming. That's pretty good. Nick Izimo doesn't understand why Geary's playing again. Well, it's a round robin, so everybody plays everybody. So sometimes you're going to miss a day. Sometimes you're going to miss 2 days. And sometimes you're going to play 2 days in a row. So that's the way it goes. But everybody's going to play everybody. And then after everybody plays everybody, which is going to take 13 days, then they're going to do some more stuff. Then they take, I think, the top 4, maybe, and they play matches. Yeah. So there's going to be times when people don't play 2 days in a row, and there's going to be times when you play 2 days in a row, and there'll be times when you skip a day. Probably that's the most likely. But anyway, it's 999 centidues. I'm going to refresh now. Yeah, it took them till 9:56 to put the games up, which is the earliest yet. Good job, chess.com. You got the games ready 4 minutes before they started. That's a record that'll never be broken. Never. All right, so today's matchups, Nakamura Giri and Carlsen Ferrugia. I think Naka will win 3-1, and I think Magnus will win 3.5. Those are my predictions for today. And like that. That's what I'm betting on today. Wow, Marcus Stock has the same prediction as me, and I said it after he put it. Wow. Can I change my prediction now? Yeah. Somebody subscribed whose name I can never pronounce. Well, I guess it's just Aggie Jedi Master, so it's somebody from Texas. Man. Yeah. Yeah, the problem chess.com had the first day, they told me what the problem was. Obviously, they're incompetent, but that's a different problem. Yeah. Chess.com's problem seems very similar to Denny's. Denny's food isn't terrible. It's like other chain restaurants. It's just average food. But in a restaurant, you should have a lot of people working there. People in the back, people to clean up, people to help you pay, people to serve you. And they don't have any of that. Denny's probably any one time should have 20 people there working, and they usually have about 4. So, or 3 or 2. So you have to wait like an extra hour. So I think chess.com doesn't have enough people working there, and the people aren't competent. So it's harsh. Yeah. I think the main reason is, they're not going to pay people $200,000 a year to do, technical work. So the people they hire are not good. So get what you pay for. Okay, Magnus played d4, and somehow it's going too fast. Okay, bishop b4. I've had white in this position several times. Okay, the moves are coming really quickly. C takes was one move, bishop f4. All right. And let's see, in the Nakamura game, I don't have any moves. All right. What can I do? It's game 15, increment 10. Okay, knight c6 is a very unusual move. And the thing is, if white wants black to play knight c6, instead of having the c-pawn have a couple of choices, often white plays queen a4 check and then knight c6. And then we continue. So it's weird for black to play knight c6 without queen a4. I must admit I've never seen that idea. Often white is forcing black to play knight c6. So, all right. What do I know? Okay, rook c1, knight e4. So very aggressive play from Ferrugia, putting pressure on the pinned knight. And that's unusual. Okay, knight d2. That's a typical ploy. When you got all pinned here. So this is very tactical because already Like I can take this, I can take this, I can take this. Taking on d4, I assume loses. Let's see if it loses right away. It doesn't lose. It's actually a move. Wow, the engine line is nuts. What the hell? The engine line is takes, takes, takes. Because the queen is overworked. And then queen d7. Wow, bishop e5. This is the engine line. Jesus. And white's better. Okay, so knight takes d4 is not good according to the engine. All right, Nakamura's game is a Benoni, which is very surprising, obviously. Okay, because he played e3, so black played c5, and they play a Benoni where white's already played e3. Yeah, normally you wouldn't play the Benoni because it's a terrible opening, but if white plays e3 right away, then it's more reasonable to play the Benoni against e3. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Ricky Pawn, for the raid. All right. Yeah, I don't like the Benoni when I'm white and black takes this. So I like that knight. So I always play h3 really early. But since Naka played bishop e2 early, he can not, if the knight's pinned, then, but now it's not pinned. All right. So this is about equal. Very interesting decision by Naka to play e3. Naka usually has the right strategy when it's fast chess, which doesn't work in slow chess. Unfortunately, his slow chess openings aren't very good. He tries to get out of theory very quickly with white and black, and then leave his opponent to his own, And as we saw yesterday, when Geary was on his own in the opening, it didn't work out well against MVL, losing with white on move 11. All right. And then this game I have to refresh because, I accidentally made some moves. All right. So after knight d2, Firouzja's out of his prep because he's not moving. All right. Knight d2 is a reasonable move. It unpins the knight. In fact, when I play white in the Cambridge Springs, which I can do in many different, transpositions and stuff. Okay. So this is the Cambridge Springs. The most common line is you take on d5 and play queen d2. This is the line all the GMs play. And I play knight d2, which is the other line, because that unpins right away. And knight d2 is typical when the guy is, all pinning you. You get out of the pin. So, yeah. All right. All right. So they got this position, and I'll refresh again. The train started, which I didn't mention yet because I was busy. Why did the train start? We had Kangaroo subscribe. That started it. Then we had McGrath give 200 cent to dues. And there's a third thing that I'm missing because it has to be three things. I don't see the third thing. Oh, here it is. The Aggie Jedi Master subscribed. So we're at 435 viewers. We usually get to about 1,200. So that would be good. Okay. Queen e2, knight a6. Rook d1 is an unusual square for the rook. Rook e8, that's the usual square. All right, I'm not really impressed with rook d1, but it's okay. You always want to put the knight on c4, so that's good. So normally white has a nice position in the Benoni, but the pawn's on e3, so that's not as good because the bishop can't get out. So black's pretty close to equal here. It's a reasonable position. Okay, Magnus's game became strange. 1,000 centidues. Thanks, C-Wizzo, 3,000. G5. Mother son of a... So this is either a game that was played that I don't know, like, in the last few years, or Magnus prepared for G5 because Magnus moved pretty quickly here. He played bishop e3, which is the engine move. Actually, both players are playing quickly, so this must be some theory I don't know. For sure, I don't know it. Okay, so G5 is a little crazy. That's how he plays. Super aggressive. You got to play aggressive against the bully. Okay, threatening f4, winning a piece. G3, of course, is very reasonable. And castles. So, as my dad would say, both sides stand badly. Again, he's threatening f4. He was threatening it last move, and white played g3, and now he castled, so his rook is defending f4. So white has two reasonable choices, knight f3, so the bishop can get out, or f4 himself. There's also some tricky moves that don't make any sense that the computer suggests, like rook g1. So if f4, I can take it, it's pinned, but that's ridiculous. Could also play f3. Now, I'm going to allow him to play f3 because today I'm wearing my never play f6 shirt. If I was wearing my never play f3 shirt, then there's no way. Okay. So I guess Magnus is out of his prep since he's not moving. And, probably white's a little better, but it's a Fallujah kind of position. No, Magnus is okay in person. Magnus has the unusual distinction of being super famous for a chess player. So, yeah, he needs security. Yeah. Happy 420. Yeah. It was funny on CNN this morning. They said Germany was lifting some of its social distancing. They were opening a little bit back up. And I was like, well, I know why they did that in celebration of somebody's birthday. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Magnus played queen b3. That pins the pawn here and attacks the bishop, puts pressure on the pawn. The engine doesn't like queen b3 very much, I think because the bishop on a3 is stupid, and now it's going to move to a less stupid square, like here. And then this is a bad square for the queen, because I can play knight a5 attacking the queen, and eventually go to c4. So the engine's not a big fan of this move, but it doesn't hate it, it's just, that's not what the engine would do. Okay, bishop e7 was played. And now, the problem with queen b3, if you remember earlier, I told you white could play f4 or knight f3. Knight f3 doesn't make sense anymore because of queen b3. If he plays knight f3, I play knight a5 and I have c4. Knight a5 gains a tempo, and the knight's not on d2 anymore. So this is very good for black. So Magnus can't play knight f3 anymore. Rook g1 looks idiotic to me. So the engine says he has to play f4, but it says he's still better after f4. It's a hard move to play unless you know the variation. So that's pretty good. We have a really unusual position. So that's good. Wallabout subscribe. Good. Refresh again. Get back to the actual game. Okay, he did play f4. That's the right move. And, he could play knight a5, attacking the queen, and eyeing c4. If he wants to move his bishop out, he can play b6, and then bishop e6. He could take here. He could play g4. Very rich position. Good position for us. Okay, and then in this game, the last position we saw was here. Black played knight e4. Typical. Take. I guess if it's black's move, he can play b5 here. So Hikaru played a4. And then knight c7. Knight c7 is a weird move because in the Benoni, when you play knight c7, you want to play a6, b5, which black doesn't want to do here. And when the knight's on a6, if you ever go to b4, then white can play a3 and kick the knight out. So it's weird to play knight c7. It's a strange move. And luckily, I'm wearing the never play f6 shirt, so Hikaru might play f3, e4. He's allowed to do that because I'm playing the never play f6 shirt. So knight c7 is a pretty passive move. I don't like that move. That doesn't seem right to me. Okay, bishop to d2. That's fine. Hikaru wants to trade bishops, and his knight's better than this knight. And if he trades bishops on c3, he'll open the b file for his rook. This is usually a really, really, really good bishop. Normally, you can't get your knight on c4 and let it sit there because it gets kicked out. I don't see how it's getting kicked out. So, in my opinion, this is very good for white. All right, go train. Train ended pretty quickly. All right, good train, good job. Back to Magnus. Knight a5 was played. Queen c2 makes sense. And very unusual position. Somebody in the chat on chess.com is pointing out Ali Rez's rating that they list on chess.com, which they found funny. The Z6 square is not good. No. Oh, you mean A6, I assume. A6 is okay. And usually when this pawn goes here, we sit on B4. That's the usual. Yeah. So it's weird to go till here after A4. And the other thing is, very early, Geary played bishop G4. So normally you would play knight to D7. If you play knight to D7 with the bishop on C8, the bishop can't move. So normally when you play knight A6, it's because you don't want to block your bishop. So in my opinion, Geary's playing very strangely. He traded off his bishop and then played knight A6 to C7 with no intention of playing B5. Unless he plays B5, which I don't think that's a good move. Okay, queen D3, that's reasonable. Yeah, this is just very good for white. Grandmasters usually like white in the Benoni. Occasionally Caruana plays it. Before he died, Gashimov played it. Topalov used to play it, then stopped. Geary's not known to play the Benoni. He just played it because white played E3 early. But this is a good knight. This knight's not as good. This pawn's weak. White can play bishop C3 and get rid of this nice bishop. So I don't like black's position here. Thanks for this subscription. You're not Stephen G. You're not Stephen Good. Good. All right. Caruana died. No, that would be Gashimov. But good listening skills. Okay, F5. Never play F6. So never play F6. Good. Kasparov had lots of games in the modern Benoni. I mean, he did when he was a kid, when he was like 15. Not after he was, a strong grandmaster. I blundered, not knowing. Ish don't think so. Terrible.
March approved by Karen.
Yay. I'm going to bet that was Karen. Hopefully it wasn't. Yay, it wasn't Karen. Cy Bradbury. Good, good. Buy that merch. The more merch you buy, the more money we have. We have the best merch store. We have dozens of items, different sizes, different colors, shipping from all over the world. We're the best. All right, back to the game nobody cares about, Magnus's game. Wait, some people care about that. Okay, he played C6. Okay. That's, defending the queen side. Nice, solid, position. G5's a little funny. Bishop G2. And the engine actually thinks black's doing, perfectly good. Perfectly well. Anonymous gifter gifted 5 subs. Good, good. Thank you. Very strange position. In my opinion, this position is more to Firouzja's strengths than to Magnus's strengths. The way to beat Magnus is to get a weird position. If it's a boring position and you're slightly worse, that ain't no good. That's bad. Yeah, you gotta make the position unusual. Yeah, and he did. Good job. So, very good opening from Firouzja. He got a really weird position. It's about equal, and it's not boring where he's going to get squeezed. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to get squeezed later, but now, pretty good. So, yeah, very unusual position. According to the gawking rabble in chess.com, Magnus has 13 minutes and Ali Reza has 6. Not sure if that's true, but that's what the gawking rabble said. Did Magnus play crazy as a youth? No. He plays obviously less crazy, It's like Kasparov. Kasparov played like a lunatic, and then he calculated, like Anand, and then you get older, you don't. They're all like that. Everybody who played crazy in their teens and 20s, in their late 30s and 40s, they don't do that anymore. Shirov's an exception, and Shirov lost 100 rating points, maintaining his craziness. Anand, however, maintained, top 20 in the world for 25 years by, like chilling. Gotta chill. Little Fonzarellis. Okay, let's go back to this game. Okay, bishop c3. Rook d8 is a very strange move. I would never consider rook d8. I don't understand it. Okay, rook d8 seems awful. All right. f3 seems good. Kick the rook out. Take the pressure off the knight. Never play f6. He went back. Yeah. I think it would make more sense if this knight was on b4. All right, he played bishop e1. He wants to play bishop g3 and put pressure here. Okay, a little slow, but black can't do very much. So when Geary played rook d8 and rook e8 and f5, he's just like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here, try to beat me. Right? I'm just like, he's not going to do anything. These pieces are going to stay there. It's like, this is fine. You beat me. Good luck. Yeah. All right. This is the kind of position Magnus wants to have white. Magnus wants to trade positions with Hikaru. Probably Hikaru wants to trade positions with Magnus. Yeah. Yeah. Good, good. All right. And Magnus isn't moving. I mean, this position makes no sense, so it's hard to make a move here. If he takes on g5, I play f4. White's king is sitting on e1. I mean, position's very strange. 9 minutes each for Geary and Hikaru. Yeah. All right, we have 720 viewers, not 420. No. Now, trying to learn on the stream the first day said there's a 40 move draw rule, flagged because 420 also just said that. However, in one of the games yesterday, Caruana and Nepo, I think they drew on move 30 in a pawn end game. So I don't know. I guess the rules don't apply if you're over 2,800. C Breezy 623 subscribed. Good, good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they drew on move 30, so I don't know. By the way, I have a very, very funny story, which will take up the whole rest of this stream and you'll miss the game. In the 2007, maybe 2008, one of them, U.S. Championship in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was no offer draw before move 30 or move 40 or something. Yay, Nick Azimo bought merch. Hooray. Anyway, unless you have a good reason, not sure what a good reason means. So in round one, Shulman offered Fedorowicz a draw like on move 12, something. And they went to the arbiter and said, he wants a draw because he's worse, and I want a draw because he's better than me. Those were the good reasons. And then the director said, okay. Then in the last round, Shulman needed a draw for clear first. His opponent, Josh Friedel, needed a draw for his last Grandmaster and become a Grandmaster. And they drew in like 10 moves. The arbiter said, yeah, sure. So there's 40 move and 30 move draw rules, and they draw anyway. Like before that, and the arbiter's like, I don't know. Suspicious arbiters. By the way, in Shulman-Komsky in the U.S. Championship about 8 years ago, they agreed to a draw before they were allowed to because Komsky said he left his heart medicine in his hotel room and he didn't feel good. And they went, all right. What? All right. It's all lies, but in the end, the lies are entertaining. Isn't that the real truth? The answer is no. Okay, so he played bishop d6. Magnus thought forever, played the explosive move c4. c4 is okay. The engine doesn't love it because the king's on e1. So, but, it puts pressure here. This isn't a Magnus kind of position. So the more crazy it gets, the more advantageous to Alireza. The engine wants to play queen e7, but gf4 is fine. And the engine says bishop takes is a little bit better than g takes with the g pawn. Doesn't make a big difference. And once again, queen e7 is the engine move, but Alireza played bishop e6. And everything is about equal. The engine's like black's a little better, white's a little better, it's equal. It sort of changes its mind because the position doesn't make any sense. Very strange position. The thing is, white probably wants to play knight e5, but that gives the c4 square away. So he probably can't do that. And then is Magnus going to put his rook on the g file, or is Magnus going to castle or play king f2? I don't know. King d1. So this position makes no sense. So you must acquit. C takes d5 was played. Engine doesn't like that move. C takes d5. I think Engine wants to take with the bishop. Yeah. So the players aren't cheating. See, the players are playing their own moves. Okay, now C takes. Yeah. I must say I'm not a fan of c4 and takes, but he gets rid of his backward c pawn. It wasn't really backward. There was a pawn here, but it was weak. So he castled, and the Engine prefers black. I must say I agree with that. See, white has an extra pawn here, 3-2, but that pawn's meaningless. It can't go anywhere. Conversely, this 2-1's pretty good. So in a king and pawn ending, you would expect black to win. It looks like the kings are equally exposed. This d pawn's probably weaker than this one. Yeah. This knight's defending, and this knight wants to go here. So I don't know. Position is just very strange. Wow, so Magnus played knight f3, allowing knight c4. God damn. I wouldn't have been so flip about that. Yeah, after knight c4, rook c8. Yeah, black's got to be better here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the way Magnus is playing, but it's basically almost too difficult to play this position. Position just doesn't make any sense. Pawn structure is very strange. All right, in Nakapuki's game, he played bishop g3, and he played b4, which is a good idea in this opening. Get some action going. Queen d7. Yeah, black doesn't have any play. Black just sits and waits and says, "How are you going to beat me?" That's why people don't play the Benoni at the top level, because it's not good. Let's see. Digital stuff to help with your Twitch. Where can I send it? Always ask Karen and don't send it. All right. Always ask Karen everything. Is it questions? I think it's questions. I don't know. It is questions. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so Giri's not doing anything as I said he would do. Just move his queen back and forth. It's like, my position's fine. Yeah, and his position's terrible for black. His knight's no good. White's pressuring on the queen's side, and the center, white's better. Black has no play. Benoni's not really Giri's opening. Hikaru played rook b1 to defend this pawn. Again, he wants to play a5 and not lose his pawn and then, continue. So this pawn's weak. a5's coming. White has more space. This knight can't move. It's better for white. Okay. And then he played b6. That's the Engine move. I guess losing this pawn is bad. King h1, putting it in h. Knight e5. So the Engine just leaves the knight there and plays like rook g8. But, okay, he took the knight. Now white has the two bishops, what else? Although I guess if I take that, you'll have the one bishop, what else? Okay, you could take either way. The Engine slightly prefers d takes. He took with the f pawn. D takes makes more sense to me because you put pressure on this pawn. So I probably would have played d takes. Now the Engine says f takes is better. F takes must be better because I would have played d takes. So okay, and then he played rook g8. Good. Time for an exchange. No. All right, and then white has two bishops, but I mean that's a pretty good knight. And there's this big open file here, which black has more than white does. Magnus decided to keep his two bishops, and the Engine likes white because white has two bishops and a passed pawn. Passed pawn's not dangerous yet. So the last 5 moves or so, the Engine likes the way Magnus is playing, doesn't like bishop takes e5, trading the bishop for the knight. and says now that black's worse now. This position is very strange. I wouldn't be sure who was better here if I was playing. I like two bishops, but sometimes one blunder ends the game in these kinds of positions. Easy to make a tactical mistake. This is the most merch we've had like in a month. We've never had 3 merch purchases on a stream. It's never happened. Good. All right, and after rook b1. So Geary decided sitting is going to lose, so he decided to do something. Played f4. Man, truth hurts. Yeah, I mean, now black can really never do anything. Yeah, I mean, black's just lost here. Now, if black could play knight e5, he'd have some drawing chances. But, I mean, that knight, god damn, that knight's bad. Yeah, and this is funny because yesterday, the way Geary played the first 2 games, it was like he's not a good player. Like he's outclassed, which is not the case, and today is the same. You know, when you're 27, 2,800 and you lose, which doesn't happen very often, you know, it's because you were in time trouble, the guy played a good opening novelty, you lost a pawn down ending in 90 moves, you blundered one move and missed something. When Geary loses, he's just playing bad and his opponent's playing good. That's how I lose. If I was playing in this tournament, I would play at a lower level than them and I would lose. That's what's happening with Geary. He's not making a one-move blunder. He's not getting tricked in the opening. He's not having 30 seconds on his clock and blundering. He's just getting crushed. He's just getting outplayed. Like in many games, getting outplayed. Not good. Yeah. Bonarici subscribed. So yeah, I'm not, yeah. This is really, really bad for black. All right, the gawking rabble on chess.com say Naka has 7 minutes and 45 seconds and Geary has 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, this is why people don't play the Benoni, because they see games like this. Okay, White has everything he wants. He's got the pawn center with more space. He advanced on the queen side. This bishop is gone. The knight's on c4. This knight can't move. Black has no space. This pawn's weak. I have a very simple plan of breaking through. There you go. So yeah, just very easy for White, very bad for Geary. Okay, back to whatever is happening here. Rook g6, going to double up on the bubble up. Okay, he wanted to double, but bishop takes f5 would prevent the bubble up. So he played rook f8, rook f3, put in an h. Rook, yeah. See, now this is more of a Magnus position. Magnus has a passed pawn. Magnus has the 2 bishops. This pawn's weak. The engine says he's better. He has more time probably. He has a lot more time. 7 minutes to 3, it says. This knight, which is really good, can't do anything. So I think it was a big mistake for Firouzja to play bishop takes knight, giving up his dark squared bishop. 2 bishops, what else? Yeah. Normally, if you're Firouzja and you're playing on the internet and you're playing 30-second, 1 minute, and 3 minute chess, making strategical errors doesn't matter. You just out-tactic the guy and you win. Well, it's hard to out-tactic Magnus when it's a 15-minute game with increment. It's easier when it's a 1 minute game against me. Then you just take all my pieces. Yeah. Breaking beta, just frankly terrible. The more merch you buy, the more Corona will be delivered to your house. I mean, no, it's good merch. See? Merch. All right. So I don't know. I mean, Geary has the worst position. Firouzja's the second worst. Okay, he took on a5, queen a5. And this is the Jim Morrison attack. White's going to break on through, break on through, break on through. Yeah. E5. Yeah. This is resignable. This is embarrassing. This is actually an embarrassing game. I mean, he just got beat like he couldn't play. And then that's what happened in game 2 yesterday against MVL. I don't know. He's just getting beat like it's nothing. Horrible. I mean, the engine says knight a8's the best move. The problem with knight here, which looks good, is d7, knight e5, knight. God damn. I mean, are you kidding me? Man, that's the safest king ever. Wow, what a safe king. Yeah, this is embarrassing. See, if Fallujah loses, that's how you're supposed to lose. It's about equal. You make a little mistake. The game goes 80 moves. You're getting a little worse. Your opponent's the world champion, highest rated player. They're white. All right. This is just like getting blown off the board. Like, I'm no good. This is how I would lose to Hikaru in a 15-minute. It's embarrassing. All right. So queen h4, rook bf1, put it in h. See, even though Fallujah's position is not very good, it's tricky. He's got active queen, you got the g file, his knight's pretty good, his king's reasonably safe at the moment, the e-pawn is blocked. This is a lot of work for Magnus. Hikaru is just like, and making that weird noise too. Like, Hikaru's probably like doing this now, the Hikaru. And then if Hikaru was black in that position, he would, be the opposite. Okay, bishop c1, always retreat. Good. The engine's not a fan of that move. I like that move. I like the bishop here because the rooks are open. Great. According to the gawking rabble, Fallujah's time situation is not good. So that's not good in 15 minutes. Don't want to be down 4 minutes against your opponent. All right, he did play knight a exclam. Knight takes e5 is a good move. If you play here, then this pawn queens. So, I don't know, you resign? God damn. Man, truth hurts. Even the king's exposed. Man, that's a pawn. That's a tree. Why are there no clocks? This is chess.com. Chess24 has the clocks. They're playing on Chess24. The time doesn't matter at all in Hikaru's game, and Fallujah's way behind on the clock in Magnus's game. That's the clocks. So d7 wins, queen a6 wins, queen c3 wins. I'm guessing he'll play d7, if I had to guess. d7 looks pretty good. Problem after d7, rook d8 is you can never take with a rook because the knight takes your rook. You can't take with a knight because you're perpetually pinned. So, like rook d2, rook d1 resigns. So if you can't take that pawn, you lose because I'm going to double rooks and play knight c6 and queen a6 and queen c3 takes c5 and queen a2 to e6. God damn. Yeah, I'm guessing d7. All right. And then tricky over here. He played double up on the bubble up. The engine doesn't like that because of takes. Here. See, like in a 1 minute or 30-second game, Fallujah would win here. Because look how tricky it is. Threatening mate. He's got his rook on the 7th. And, Magnus is better than some random internet opponent. And Magnus has time. And White's winning. So this unsound stuff doesn't work. It works in 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. But it ain't going to work here. The engine wants to play bishop h3. And it says h4 is good, which will not be played. If h4 is played, they got check Magnus for engines. And h3 is also good, but I think he's going to play bishop h3. That's my prediction. Gotta predict something. After bishop h3, I'm threatening your rook. So if you take, and I take with the rook, then White's sort of attacking. So I don't know. And White's up a pawn. Okay, he played bishop h3, the best move. And Hikaru, as I predicted, played d7 and rook d2. Great. Yeah. So White wants to double the rooks, play queen a2 check and queen e6, play knight c6, play queen c3, play queen a6. And Black wants to resign. Black's got nothing. Black has no plan. Black's plan is to lose to this. Yeah. Okay, he played queen here. Queen f5. Hikaru defended with rook e1. This attacks the two pieces. So, obviously. King g7 is a terrible move because of queen c3. God, what a terrible move. God. What's wrong with him? King g7. There's something wrong with Giri. He's playing a lot worse than he normally. Like, this is +7. See, when material's equal and it's +7, that means somebody's getting outclassed. That's what it means. Yeah, queen c3, he'll probably resign. That's embarrassing. It hangs this pawn and discovered checkmate and stuff. Every move wins, but queen c3 is obviously just ridiculous. Terrible game by Guy. He played queen c3. I think he'll resign here. This is just awful. Frankly, terrible. He might play queen f6 instead of resigning. All right. And let's see if Magnus is winning yet or if everybody blundered. There's blunder opportunities in this game. Rook e2. Yeah, all right. Yeah, if I was doing commentary on Chess 24, I would say, okay, boomer, to rook takes e2. All right, that's giving his rook away. Always sack the exchange. I mean, Firouzja played the opening great, got a really unusual position, was equal, everything was fine, and then he got crushed. God damn. Like, from just like an equal position, he just got blown off the board. I don't know what that was all about. Firouzja's giving all his pieces away. And when I do it, I'm kidding, but he's serious, so I don't know. All right, Nakamura 1. Queen takes d7. What? Was that a joke? Queen takes d7. What? This says takes, resigns. I don't know if that happened. That didn't happen. That's silly. Yeah, queen f6 is the interesting move because this is a very tricky win. Takes, knight takes, queen c6, threatening this and this and this. God damn. Yeah, and you can't take this because, god damn. Oh, horrible. Yeah, so, yeah. Truth hurts. He played queen takes d7 like as a joke, or he didn't really do that? Now we'll never know. Did he really do that? Let me refresh, see if he did that. It says he did that. All right, I don't know. Not sure if I believe that. And yeah, then black resigned because this is ridiculous. All right, so incredibly bad play by Giri, really bad. And, Naka played fine. And Carlsen, Firouzja did everything he could in the opening with black. Unusual position. Magnus didn't know what to do. Both sides were playing sort of okay. And then all of a sudden, truth hurts. Right, now Firouzja's nonsense was a little nonsense. Giri, queen takes d7. I don't know about that. Not sure about that. Yeah, that's strange. Yeah. Well, yesterday when he got interviewed after the match, Fabiano said plays much worse on the internet. He can't imagine playing classical chess on the internet. So just the level of play is much worse. I don't know. Giri would agree. Hikaru played fine this game. He just played like a good game. And Magnus' Firouzja game was sort of up and down because it was so complicated. And then Firouzja didn't play good. Yeah, truth hurts. All right, so crushing victories for Magnus and Hikaru, both obviously the favorites in their match. As one of our viewers agreed with me, even though he said it first, I think Magnus will win 3.5, and I think Hikaru will win 3-1. And that's what the other guy said. He also thought when I was saying it, so that was weird. Strange. All right, we have over 1,000 viewers. Hooray. I guess it's Monday, so they reset the gift subs. No, nobody gifted any subs. Terrible. Nobody's streaming that I follow. Wow. Komsky streaming has 53 viewers. Good, good. I explain why there's no clocks. This is being played on Chess24. When Chess.com takes the games, they don't take the clocks. So maybe they could. I don't know. If there were clocks, they would not be accurate. They are accurate on Chess24. Then they're accurate, but they're not accurate here. Yeah, there's no clocks here. Sorry. They're not playing on this site. Xenoy gifted his sub to Rat Hunter, and now he's number 1 in the subs. Doubled up pawn subscribed. Good, good. Yeah, it's not actually played on Chess24. What do you mean? You mean it is played on Chess24? What? It's definitely played on Chess24. Yeah. GWAD95 gifted a sub. Good, good. Can we play a tournament? Sure. Yeah. Go Chomsky. It's not played on Chess24. It's not? How are they playing? What are they doing? They play on some kind of server. If Chess24 is sponsoring the event, why aren't they playing on Chess24? What? They're using a different platform and feeding it to Chess24. Internal server? God damn. Chess23. Do you have to stay seated? You do not. Because Chess24 is terrible. You can't follow on Chess24? What do you mean? What? Is Adam right? Wait, how could Adam be right? What do you mean you can't follow on Chess24? What? What are you guys talking about? Adam just said you can't even follow on Chess24. Now, wait a minute. What? What are you guys talking about? It's possible the players aren't playing on Chess24 on some internal server like you said, but Chess24 not showing the game. Now, wait a minute. How could that be? What? You can follow on Chess24. Yeah. It's disabled for the duration of the tournament. Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? What? What's happening in the chat? All right, let's look at the next two games. You guys are confusing even me, and I'm always a little confused. All right, we got this game, and then let's see. Wait, what's happening? And then wait, what's happening? Why is this game still here? Didn't I get rid of it? All right, and then the other game. You guys will complain. You don't have the board right. All right, so I got both games up. It's been about 5 minutes, I guess. I mean, I'm taking Adam seriously, not the rest of you. And Adam said something crazy. So I was like, wait a minute. What? Adam's, the least crazy of everybody in the chat. And he said you can't watch on Chess24, which is the craziest thing I ever heard. So, yeah. Man, Karen's agreeing. What? How could it be that Chess24, you can't watch the games there? How can that be? What? How's that possible? How can they not have the games on their site? You have to go to another place, way deeper. Yeah. I can watch on Chess24, says WSK. Just for the duration of the tournament. What? Chess24 is down. What? And they are playing the games there, and the viewers can watch on an internal server. That doesn't clear it up at all. No. Chess24 is the Tiger Kings. Now, Peter Svidler overanalyzing the position, I agree with that. That's one of the chats I agree with. Please watch on Chess 24 so we can see the engine eval. No! You can see the engine evaluation. You can watch on Chess 24 and listen to me. All right, let's see here. The tournament is secretly being played on chess.com because chess24 doesn't work. But because chess.com also sucks, they're having it on Lead Chess. But Lead Chess is down, so they're playing on ICC over an AOL connection. Yeah, the truth hurts. I wonder which site's the worst. All right, so I don't have any moves? That doesn't seem right. The games must have started by now. There's like a 5-minute break. What? Regium boards. Good. That's funny for me. I don't know if the rest of you find that funny, but that's funny. Good one, Chess. Good, good. Break is 10 minutes? I thought it was 5 minutes. It's 10 minutes? All right. Whatever. Cheese 24. It's vegan cheese, Raj. Hey, Raj, somebody sent me an email yesterday, and their name was like yours. I think it was an email. Their name was like crazy like your last name. Let me see if it's an email. I forgot already. It might have been some other kind of, might have been another communication. I thought it was an email. Whatever it was, they had a crazy name like you. Like it was very similar to your name. Not sure if it was an email though. Today's Monday, so it would have been Sunday. Maybe it wasn't an email. Maybe it was a chess.com message. Let's see here. Can I even see messages? Let's see, messages. No, that wasn't it. Yeah. How'd they contact me? Was it Twitter? All I know is their name was crazy like yours. No. Let's see. Was it I think it was Twitter. I think it was a mention. Yes. All right, now pay attention. Raj, are you listening? Their last name is BHATTACHARJYA. Isn't that similar to your name? Like close? Like a little bit? You know what I mean? Something like that. They just follow me on Twitter. But I was like, man, that sounds like your last name. One letter off. See, that's pretty close. Yeah. All right, nobody's playing. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty long name. His first name is AMALN. It's Bachiara. What? Wait, how does ICP know Raj's last name? Even Raj doesn't know his last name. What? Raj's last name is Smith. What? Anyway, he's a big fan. Yeah. Pronounced Parker. What? So somebody on Twitter sent me a thing from some puzzle where there's a bishop pinning a knight on g4, and the winning move is f3, pinning, attacking the knight. And he says, so what's the answer to this, Grandmaster Feingold? So I said bishop f1, because the bishop could go to f1. So Hikaru has a confused face because his game hasn't started. It's a nickname. Geary proposed a draw, not accepted. They can't get the game to stream based on Svidler's commentary. I'm very confused. I never know if you guys are serious or not. Like, they can't get the games on Chess24, and they're playing on an internal server. You know, I don't know. I don't have any moves yet, so confused. Let's see if people are complaining here about it. When does the game start? Rawr, they're mad. Message Hikaru on Zoom just in case. Abort. Queen takes D7, now aboard. What's the shirt today? Never play F6. Roar. Buy that merch. The internet is always serious. Have the games started and we don't have the moves yet, or the games haven't started? I don't even know who to believe anymore. You guys will give me like 20 will say yes and 20 will say no. So they have not. All right. All right, we got 4-4. Yes and no. 50-50. Do you like to play the Benoni? I do not. Ask later. They've all capitulated, exactly. Why did Sopico marry Geary? If he spelled blues right, that would have been a funny joke. But for some reason, people on the internet can't spell the word lose. I don't know why that is. And it's L-O-S-E, but they always spell it with 2 O's, which is another word. All right, Geary versus Naka. Every game in the tournament starts like this. All right, Firouzja played Bishop B4. And then, whoa, they're going too fast. This is Naka's games with Carlsen yesterday. This is the same. This is Carlsen Naka from yesterday. All right, and then Firouzja Magnus, no moves. Queen takes in F6. You mean D7, right? Yeah, also what? Why is it Naka moving here? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. And nobody's moving here. All right. He took on C4. Oh, that's right. I apologize. In this position, C5 was played twice yesterday by Carlsen. In fact, I even explained Black usually takes on C4 and plays C5, but he waits for White to move the bishop. That's why White plays C5 there. So now we take on C4. And then Black plays C5, and then, tries to equalize. Castles, etc. Pookie's going to win 3-0. Yeah, but then there's a fourth game. All right, they haven't started yet, supposedly. It's Hans Niemann. He says, go Ben. I haven't lost any games this tournament. Hooray. I don't know if Hikaru's thinking forever every move, or they're just not showing the moves, because there's no moves here. I don't know. Is there any moves in this game on the Chess24 site? Or is there no games anywhere? Leela's crushing Stockfish. Hey, I have a question about that. I'm serious. I've seen 7 or 8 different places Leela beat Stockfish 106-94. Something like that. And then I see that they keep playing. So, what? Is the match over? They're still playing, or it's a different match? What's going on? Magnus game hasn't started. All right. So Geary's happy because it's a forced draw. C5, takes. All right. So Geary's playing for the smallest of advantages so he can draw. It's a replay. It's the best of 100 games. They play 200 games. You guys aren't helping with your answers. I've seen several places it says Leela beat Stockfish 106-94, which I don't understand. TEC never ends. They start another series. All right. Okay, see what Raj said I agree with, but if it's 100 games from both sides of an opening and the score is 106-94, isn't it done? It said Leela won 106-94. It said that 3 days ago. It said it 2 days ago. I read it yesterday. Right, what Bob Green just put on. And then every day I see they're still playing. So I don't know. How can the match be over but they're still playing? Yeah. Alpha Zero and the new 1000 game match. Oh, these are different Leela versus Stockfish matches? There's two different ones? What? TC. I didn't know they were playing on two different things. All right. That's why I'm confused. All right. Bishop takes, A6, 95, D7. I mean, this is very slightly better for white, but that's, Giri, Giri's got to do more than that. At least Giri's not losing. Always retreat. And still not playing in the other game. All right.
Merch approved by Karen.
Karen, why is everybody buying merch today? What happened? Nobody ever buys merch. What's going on? Never. Good answer. Man Moth subscribe. Good, good. So in this opening, Black tries to trade everything and draw. So Giri's, both sides are happy. And White's, a little better. A little bit. But, you trade this pawn, you trade this pawn, you trade these knights, you trade these bishops, you trade. And White's a little better because, this is no good. And then, in 6 moves, it's no longer no good, and it's equal. So better for White, but not much. Bishop E2, he wants to go to F3 and stop the bishop on B7, see it from developing. So bishop E2, F3 is a normal idea. The bishop's not good here because you can get harassed. You can never play B5 or B6 because knight C6. That's why he played knight back to D7, so he could take the knight. And like that. So Naka's going to take and play bishop D7 to C6. That's the idea. And these guys aren't going to play, I guess. Right. Can you install a time clock? So we have that info. You can just go to the site and look at the clock. You can look at the actual clock. Instead of asking me to do it. You can do it. Seats Boy 86 gifted a sub. Both sides have plenty of time. Gifted 5 subs. Yay, Seats Boy 86, you're the best. Go F6. Both sides have lots of time. There you go. Carlsen rage quit and Faruja rage quit. God damn. That's a lot of rage quitting. Who do you enjoy more as an audience? Kids at the Chess Club or Twitch chat? Twitch chat. Can you build a homemade clock? I can. They went to the arbiter. Actually, they're going to replay the first game from this match because the arbiter forgot to talk to Hikaru on Zoom during the game. He was going to, but he forgot. So now they're going to replay it and do it again. Wow, that's a nonsensical move. The hell is bishop b4? God. The move is ridiculous. That's a terrible move. What? If I was black, I'd play bishop e7 now. I don't understand that move at all. I mean, you this is no good. You got to, take and get your bishop out. Bishop b4? All right. But now he's just much worse. His plan is to take this and get up the 2 bishops. Great plan. He's playing Giri, so it doesn't matter. But if he's playing somebody good, then he's getting in trouble. All right, I hear moves being made over here. Sicilian again. Hey, this is what I play, e6. Yay. All the super GMs play g6 here. Only I play e6. Yay, e6. Something I know. Good, good. Takes. D3. Okay, I've never played queen c7 here. I don't think I have. I usually play knight e7 here. And I try to play knight g6 and get my pawns going. Queen c7 has the same idea. Black wants to play e5. And it's toss bishop f4. So you control f4. So I never play queen c7. I guess it's fine. He played queen e2. Black played e5, as I said. I like my knight on g6 in these positions. Then I can get f5 in relatively quickly after I castle. And the knight controls f4. So I like that. All right. So, yeah, this is an opening. I'll have black in this kind of position. Bishop b4, confusing Geary. Bishop f3. No. I mean, this is terrible for black. Bishop b4. All right. That's not a good move. Okay, and then nothing's happening, etc. Stockfish and Leela playing super finals. Super final. So the match that ended 106 to 94, that was on chess.com. And the one that's not ended is on TCEC. They just played two separate matches for no reason. That is good. Geary's not going to lose this position. I don't care how bad Geary is. He still won't lose. And my stream is spinning. That's good. Okay, it stopped spinning. All right, he played knight bd2. I'm actually interested to see how Magnus approaches this because I always play knight e7 to g6, d6, bishop e7, castles, bishop e6, f5, gg. I have a lot of games in that line. But I don't know what Magnus is going to do with, all these things. Plays like me or not. Two separate divisions. Leela will win them both. Oh, this is definitely Magnus's prep from, as WSK said, from the Caruana match. Yeah. Okay, knight e7. He plays like me. Is that good? Wow. I wish I could show you what's happening in my stream, like when I'm watching it. It's going totally nuts. Like things are happening. I don't know. It's like when your monitor starts to break, you need to buy a new one. That's what's happening. Yeah. I'm going to refresh the stream because it's acting totally loony. Yeah. Maybe that'll stop it. I don't know. When I say the stream, I mean like me watching the stream, not the actual stream. I think the actual stream's fine, but my monitor's going nuts. So it is funny. Okay, knight e7. I predict queen d8 mate. That's my prediction. We'll see if I'm right. Setting up for the next game. It's possible I won't be right. Okay, knight e7, knight here. So the engine says d5. There's a 0% chance of that being played. What's d5? Oh, if knight takes, then f6 traps the knight? d5 is ridiculous. All right. Knight g6, that's what I would play. Good. Yeah, I mean, Magnus playing like me. This is what I like to do. That can't be good. I would lose to Ferrugia. Yeah. Yeah, I always hate when they do that. I always play h5. The engine says black's better here. So I like that. All right. I've had black in these positions all the time. I always just thought they were a bit... G3? G3 is not a good move. Pawns on dark squares. Dark squared bishop here. Yeah, Ferrugia needs some seasoning. Yeah, maybe some thyme, some rosemary. Yeah, I don't like G3. Knight f4 wasn't going to happen. He could take it and play e5. So I don't like G3. All right, back to this game where I also don't like what's going on. Okay, so Hikaru traded everything, sacrificing a pawn. It's sort of because he had to. Okay, and now, very strangely, what White did, the computer doesn't do. It just plays bishop g3, keeping the two bishops, and plays c4 later, or queen d4. It doesn't like what Geary does because it says that this is close to equality because of the opposite colored bishops. I mean, White's up a pawn for nothing, but these pawns are isolated, and it's hard for White to make a queen. So this was Hikaru's plan when he played bishop b4, was to trade everything and draw the pawn down endgame. I mean, against Geary, that's probably reasonable. It's just, it's a normal player. It's not. It's ridiculous to have black here. You're just playing for a draw and you might lose. Yeah, this should be like Magnus versus Hikaru. like white squeezing and black has no hope and black's trying to draw. But against Geary, he'll probably just draw because, truth hurts. But this is terrible for black. Down a pawn for nothing. Can't possibly win. Could lose. That's, who wants to do that? All right. D6, bishop D2. All right. I mean, I like black. Black has 2 bishops and potentially could play D5 and F5. I actually play F6 a lot in this opening when I want to play D5 because you got to protect your E-pawn. And you want to put your pawns on dark squares to protect against the dark squared bishop. Normally, F6 is bad, as my shirt indicates, because you weaken all the white squares, which he did. However, he has a white squared bishop, and Ferrugia does not. Although I'm still mad at Magnus for playing F6. My shirt says not to, so I don't know. 1,041 viewers a do. He starts panicking due to winning chances. Exactly. Yeah, I don't like G3. Bad move. Computer's bad. Well, usually you play F6, D5 in this opening, and also you want to stop white from moving his pieces to G5. Yeah, knight E3. Yeah, Magnus is going to win this game. Remember, I predicted, along with the gawking rabble, Magnus wins the match 3.5-1/2, and Hikaru wins 3-1. Those predictions seem pretty reasonable now. Bishop E7. Yeah, I mean, I would have black in this position like all the time. Probably I'd lose, but still have black. All right, and Geary's thinking, how can I blunder a pawn and draw the game? Gotta think something. 1 million lifetime views on my channel. I don't know what that means, but thanks. 952,000. Also, a couple of days ago, we passed 40,000 followers here. Hooray, 40,000 followers. E4 actually makes sense. That's weird. Yeah, that's the sense. That makes sense. Want to push those pawns. Have a square for the bishop. Yeah, that's good. Binfield Cottage subscribed. Good, good. That's a funny thing to say. Nick is emo. Kieran with your refutation. Time for a scam train, 11:10. It's close. It's been about exactly an hour, maybe. We can try to get a scam train. It might not be enough time. I don't know. Can try though. Trying is the first step to failure. All right, so Nakamura is trying to draw, which is a weird thing to say. And this game is triple-edged. Okay, he played knight G1, setting up for the next game. Always retreat. And then bishop D8, always retreat. The knight on F3 can't go anywhere, so I guess knight G1, he can move his F-pawn. The knight can go to E2. All right. Bishop D8, I understand. The bishop has other places to go. It gives you these squares for the queen and knight. Bishop D8's okay. Queen F3, he wants to play knight E2 and knight F5. That makes sense. Probably he'll play knight E7 because he has the E7 square for his knight to defend this square and defend this square. So he'll probably play knight E7 here. All right. Queen D4 is good. Rook C8's good. It's funny. Engine says bishop here, forcing F6. Good, good. It likes bishop here. Then you could trade queens and play bishop D4 and just play a pawn up endgame. F5. Wow. F5. I think F5 is a good move. I actually like F5. Yeah, because if the pawns get traded, that rook on f8 is pretty good. And if you play e5, the bishop on f4 is terrible. And the bishop on e6 is great. Yeah, I like f5. Man, Hikaru's good. Who would have thought that? Man, I like f5. That's a good move. Yeah. I guess Hikaru's just going to draw easily because Giri a pawn up can't do anything, as he's shown in the past. Yeah. All right. So I thought he'd play knight e7, but he played more aggressively with knight f8. He wants his knight to go to e6. I've done stuff like that also. I do like that Magnus is putting all his pieces on the first rank. That's always retreat. Bishop d8, knight f8. Okay. The engine doesn't like it, but I like moving all my pieces backwards. Firouzja played knight g1. All right. Knight e2 makes sense. Knight e6 is the idea of knight f8. And then he played queen g2. Slightly surprising. And the queen's no good on f3. You want to move the f pawn eventually. Okay, queen g2. This is more of a Magnus position than a Firouzja position. Two bishops, maneuvering around, blocked up. The engine says white's better, but I have black in these positions a lot. I have pretty good results too. Okay, he took on f5. I don't know which capture will happen. All three of them are okay. I can't even predict one. I don't know. That's all equally likely. I dropped something. No. What a world. Who would have thought a little water would ever fall on me? 1,100 viewers. Yay. Let's get a train going. Another train. Yes, you would be Giri with queen odds, Karen. Well, maybe not. Depends what the time control is. And this time control, you would. What happened in the previous game? Rawr. Naka won and Carlsen won. 15-minute, 10-second increment? Yeah, you'd win. Yeah. That's right. He'd be like hit trade queens. Okay, he took with the rook. The rook. Rook takes f5, threatening the bishop. Bishop e5. Yeah, these moves are all good. Yeah, I think Naka's going to draw. Yeah. It seems really hard to win. It's funny because the game that Giri lost yesterday, game one against MVL, White had this extra pawn on the king's side and this opposite bishops. And he has that here, but it's not as good. And then this two isolated pawns. This bishop's pretty steady, though. But yeah, I expect Naka to draw this. And this game's getting interesting. Knight d. Oh, wait, I missed a move. Queen g2. Oh, a5, a4. Okay. Knight d4. Good. f4. Yeah, it's a good game. This is what the player should be doing. This knight had quite the journey from Milan to Minsk. Rochelle. And now it's on d4. I don't know what Valorant is or drops. I know what 24/7 is. The engine wants to go here. Not sure why. Here, I don't know. It seems it doesn't really matter what he does. Like all these moves are equally good. More trading. Take. Rook e8. White's a pawn up, but two isolated pawns, opposite bishops, no passed pawns. It's probably like 20%. Giri will win, 80% draw. Yeah. Worst commentary ever. Wow. Quote from Lawrence Trent. Which move was wow? There wasn't really any wow moves this round. Last round there were some wow moves. This round, I don't know. Yeah. I like the long knight maneuvers. I used to play the French defense with black when I was a teenager, and I had a lot of long knight maneuvers because it's all blocked up. What's my opinion on random specific phrase or noun. I agree with that, Salty Fox. I agree. Shallow and pedantic. Okay, nobody ever moves. This is a 50-minute game. You got to move. Got to move. Ben, that's me. I am Ben. Correct. Let's get a train started because these games are boring. Another train. Got to get 3 trains this stream. Bishop e6. That's what I would have played. Not sure if that's an endorsement. I think he'll castle. f5 is my second choice. b3 is my third choice. And I have no fourth choice. So 1, 2, 3. The engine says that's 1. And that's what he played. You want to stop, you want to block up the position so these pawn structure stays here forever. Black wants to move all these pawns, and white's trying to make sure that these pawns never move. If the position's blocked, white can move his knights around. If the pawns get traded in the center, then Magnus's bishops will have great vengeance and furious anger. Yeah, now castles just hangs in exchange, so he'll probably play f5. But then it's getting pretty close to equal and boring. It's not really Farouge's, forte over there. Or fort. Are these matches live? They are. 100 centidues, Jay McGrath. We need a couple more donations. There we go. Ken is dull. Ken is dull. Another train. Let's do better than last time. The last train sucked. All right, we have a lot of moves in this game. All right, this game's heading for a draw. Yeah. See, this is why Geary's, I don't know what his problem is. I actually don't. Geary's a lot better than he's playing. Okay, here, you keep all the pieces on, if you're white, and then you push your kingside pawns with your kingside majority. So, it's easy to play white. You want to play, move your pawns, g4, f4, f5, king f2, rook b1, a3, rook e1. Okay, instead, he's like, oh, let's trade rooks. No, you don't trade rooks. No, that's not what you do. Okay, so with more rooks on the board, it would have been better winning chances. Okay, and now he wants to, he's got to, it's going to be hard to move all those pawns. But the more rooks you trade, the more it's a dead draw. If these rooks were off the board now, they could agree to a draw. There's 0 winning chances. But this is very similar to the MVL endgame, except MVL won without it being a pawn up. So maybe Geary's thinking of that. Like, I lost this ending with black, and I wasn't even a pawn down. So I'll just win this with a pawn up. But yeah, this is less winning chances with the more pieces traded. Still better for white. White's up a pawn. All right, 5 gifted subs from B. Bobby Boucher. Hooray! Good. It's the scam train. All right, king f7's good. Bishop e5, I don't understand. Why do you play bishop e5? Bishop e5 is the engine move, but I don't know why. Bishop e5. Oh, I guess black wants to go here or here. Okay, that makes sense. See, the thing is, if he goes here to win this pawn, then rook e7's annoying. Because, so he stopped rook e7, and now white wants to stop black from activating his rooks. He played bishop e5. Okay, now I understand it. 200 centidues. Thanks, Cy Bradbury. King g8? Okay, so that's a strange move, but I understand it. So rook e7 is no longer on the table. So Hikaru wants to put his rook back here and trade rooks. Okay. Strange way of doing it. All right. Very strange play. I don't like king g8. All right. So these moves make sense. I just don't like them. So he played king g8 so he could trade rooks. Okay. And then he stopped rook e7. And then he played rook e7. And he didn't trade rooks. And he wants to play rook e8 and trade rooks. Yeah, so I don't know about this play from black. See, now if you go here, it's possible taking wins because the pawns are all isolated. I don't know if it wins. I think he's going to play rook g4. So, I mean, maybe he could play rook f5. He's thinking about it. Might lose, though. It's risky to give yourself such bad pawn structure. Bishop d7, king d6. I don't know. I think it draws. Yeah. I was thinking it draws. King. Okay. Well, that's, that's geary for you. It's weird to play king g3 here. That's a very strange move. Like trapping your rook and letting him trade rooks. That's weird. Because he could have moved his rook to, some sideways. Okay. This is still much better for white. I don't think it's a win. I'm trying to think how I would win if I was white, like what I would do. I mean, h3, g4, hg. Why does that win? That doesn't win. I don't even see a way to win. I don't see a plan. Like, if I did my plan, I would win if he messed up. I don't see it. Yeah, I think Geary just can't win. Just terrible. Like, king g3, rook takes f5, I think it's just a dead draw. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, you wouldn't trade rooks, in 5 seconds unless you had some winning plan. Because it changes their position completely. And obviously you don't want to trade rooks. And Geary traded all the rooks. Yeah, I don't know. He just plays bad. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. There's no winning chances here. I don't see a winning plan. I don't see a way to ever win. I don't see it. I don't think you can legally win here. I think it's just a dead draw. All right. The engine doesn't matter what it says. You see, by the way, if this was winning, then the engine might say +5 because it sees 35 moves ahead and sees it's winning. But it says +1. And there's not a lot going on. So when it says +1, yeah. Terrible. Yeah, this is just a draw. Okay, that game's going to be a draw. I'm going to forget about that game. All right, we had a lot of subs or something. Marcos Talk gave 5 subs. Good. Magnus looking frustrated. Let's see what happened. Okay, f5, bishop f7, knight c1. Wait, let me try to understand knight c1. Oh, he wants to play c3 and win a piece. Huh? All right. I mean, he can't play c3 and win a piece yet, but he wants to play c3 and win a piece. But b3 is weak. So, I don't know. The engine doesn't even like that move, knight c1. Okay, and c4. d5, c4 is normal. It doesn't like c4 at all, but that's a normal way of playing. Get the bishop out. Get rid of your doubled pawns. It really hates c4. The engine hates c4. It's a normal kind of move. I don't know. bc4, dc4, dc4, bishop b6, rook b1. It says white's winning, but I don't know why. Seems totally normal what black's doing. All right, this seems fine for black. The engine doesn't agree with me, but I don't know. If I was black, I would probably do this. Get rid of my double pawns, give him double pawns, activate my bishop. This pawn's weak. This knight's good. I mean, I guess c3 wins the knight sometimes. That is annoying. Yeah, that is the problem, is c3 is this knight doesn't have a lot of squares. So maybe I was wrong. That is a problem. See, if this pawn was on b3, we could always pressure that pawn because the bishop was here and the knight was here. We could have played rook b8. But by playing c4, take, b3 is protected. There's no pawn there, so c3 is annoying. So that's why Magnus is annoyed. Magnus's position's great, but c3 is, if it wins a piece, that's not great. So that's why Magnus is annoyed, because he knows his knight can potentially get trapped. He really never wants to play c5 ever, which gives the knight an escape square because it gives away d5. It makes this bishop dead. So Magnus has some issues. The engine says after queen e7, he's still okay, but he probably wants to be more than okay. That's funny how the knight is like trapped on d4. The truth hurts. All right, let's see if this game was drawn yet. All right. So he played a4, a5, and Hikaru's moving his bishop back and forth. All right. There's dead draws. Can't win. There's no way to win. All right. And then I guess Magnus is worse because c3 is annoying. Black's position looks great, but if you lose a piece, that's not so good. Looks great though. This is how I would lose. I'd have this great looking position. I'd lose a piece. Damn. Harsh. C3 PO'd. Very good, Man Moth. The time situation in Giri and Hikaru's game is irrelevant. That game is irrelevant. That whole match is irrelevant. Giri's participation in this event is irrelevant. Bam! Gotcha, bitches. All right, vote in the chat. Not in the voting thing. I hate the voting thing. In the chat, vote. This is a serious question. Before the event, I wouldn't have asked this question. Now it's a serious question. It's serious. Do you think Giri will lose every match, all 7? Because I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's 50. The chat's always 50-50. You said yes before the tournament. God damn. Yeah, I think he's going to lose all 7 matches. Man, what a terrible train. 12 subs, 600 bits. But you guys suck. Now, when I say the matches, I mean the individual matches. Like he lost to, who did he lose to? He lost to MVL. Now he's going to lose to Naka and so forth. Yeah. I mean, he has to win a match if he's not going to lose it. Who's he going to beat? He might beat Ferrugia. He might beat anybody. But no, obviously he'll win games. I'm talking about a match. He'll beat Magnus 4-0? Well, it seems unlikely. He's going to lose to Ferrugia? I mean, Ding? He's not going to beat Ding. They're all better than him? Yeah. All right. So, Queen A7, that's the right move. And this game was drawn yet? Not yet? All right. Okay. Here takes, here. Always play Bishop F1. Yeah, you can't lose here. There's no way to lose. It's just a dead draw. There's no way to win. You can't legally win. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure why they're still playing. I mean, I know Naka has to play. He's black, but he can't do anything. So there's no way to do anything. It's the most drawn position ever. All right. Yeah, Naka's just doing this, and that's it. There's no play anywhere. All right. He correctly played Queen A7. Good. Yeah, that's annoying. When the moon hits your eye. King H2 makes sense, because that's annoying. And then Rook D8 makes sense, because that's a good rook. Good. So why doesn't C3 work? Where's the knight go? I don't know. It doesn't work because the engine doesn't play it. I just don't know why. I have no idea why it doesn't work. I wish I could calculate. I can't. I don't know why it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The engine doesn't play C3. Why doesn't it work? I'll find out. Knight B3. Man, I could take... Oh, I can just take this. Yeah. I was looking at like this and this. You just take on E3. By the way, this is good for white. By the way. Like this is better for white. So he might play C3. Man, the engine says Queen F3 is good. It's a weird move. Because this pawn's really weak. And this pawn's weak. And this pawns are passed. So, yeah. All right, the engine says that this should be a draw, though. All right, so he prevented C3 from winning. So that's good. I assume they've drawn in the other game. I assumed wrong. Let me go back. Maybe Geary wants to play 100 moves. I don't know. I don't understand, like, why isn't Geary offering a draw? This is, like, ridiculous. Geary not only plays like he's really bad, he acts bad. What's going on? Okay, and they agreed to a draw. What? He's moving around doing nothing. Come on. All right, so Geary's just an embarrassment this tournament. I've never been so mad. All right, back to the real game. Now, this is a game. Now we're talking. All three results will happen. Okay, he played rook b2. Defending this pawn. Defending this if he plays c3. Castles is correct. All right, now even though this knight's trapped, and we're always looking at ways to try to get to the knight, Firouzja played g4. God damn. Matt Larson-esque. So Firouzja's like, your pieces are here, so I'm going to beat you over here. And then Magnus said no talking. Very interesting move. Got to be 16 to play that move. This game is really cool, actually, because all three results will happen. Now the time is actually important. If somebody has a 3 or 4 minute time advantage, they're better. If they have the same time, then all three results. Why do you care so much, Geary? Rawr! If only we could see the clocks. All you have to do is go to Chess24 and see the clocks. You guys seem to be on the internet now. Do you know how to open a browser and type in Chess24? No? All right. Svidler and Jan are also pissed at Geary. Good, good. Yeah, Geary plays bad, and he acts like an idiot when it's a dead draw. Move back and forth for 70 moves for no reason. What? Ridiculous. All right, wait, what's happening? Knight e2. What's going on? What world am I in? Knight e2. What the mother son of a... Wow. 2 bishops, what else? Wow, knight e2. So Magnus wants to sack the exchange on my stream. And then he has the 2 bishops against the rook and a knight. Huh? This pawn's weak. All the dark squares. King is exposed. The engine likes white, but, you know, it's up in exchange. That's very interesting play by Magnus. Shocking. Knight e2. Now, it could be, and I believe, Magnus didn't like his position through normal means, so knight e2 is slightly desperate. Like, yeah, okay, this is interesting. Otherwise, I don't like it. The engine just takes on g4 and says, whatever. For a human, you get open the g file, you get mated. So Magnus didn't like that. Obviously, knight takes is threatening everything. So, wow, here. Knight b5 is also an engine move. Discovered attacking the knight on e3. All right, so he took, or I made that up? Oh, this is... Oh, no, I did make it up, and it happened. Okay, so this all happened. The engine does not like queen e2. It plays queen g2. Yeah, queen e2 is a bad move. Queen g2 defends both pawns. And for some reason, Ali Reza was concerned about that pawn. All right, I understand that. He was worried after here that bishop takes attacks his rook. Queen g2 is the engine move. And after here, Magnus correctly played queen d4, threatening everything. All the pawns are attacked. And it says equal. Yeah, this pawn's pretty important. Yeah. By the way, you know what this reminds me of? A few months ago, maybe it was the London Chess Classic. Maybe I made it up. Maybe it was the Sinkfield Cup. I don't know. Ding beat Carlsen in the playoffs. And this reminds me of the game that Ding beat Carlsen. Ding was black, and he got... This reminds me of that game. After queen d4, the engine says all zeros every line. So this is interesting. Obviously, Firouzja didn't like bishop takes c4. After knight d3, it just says white's doing great. Because if you don't like bishop takes c4, you play queen e2. If you don't care about bishop takes c4, you play queen g2, defending your e pawn, because you care about that. I mean, that, you know, E-pawn's important. So Firouzja made a bad decision here. He cared more about his C-pawn than his E-pawn. Should have played queen G2. Yeah, and now black is fine. Okay, he played knight D3, it says. Now it says black's better. Rook E1. Yeah, this doesn't look good for whites. This is terrible for white. It takes this. Yeah, this is white struggling for a draw now. Man, Firouzja played queen E2 instead of queen G2. That's a big turning point. He went from like better to worse in one move. Damn. Let's see what the people say the time is on the chat. Usually they're talking about the time. Well, they're not. White's position's falling apart. Very aggressive. I mean, black sacrificed the exchange on my stream, and black has the two bishops. So Magnus learned something. The engine says it's equal, but when two humans are playing, this is really bad for white. It's very hard to play white. White's king is terrible. Black has a passed pawn. All of white's pawns are weak. Black has the two bishops. Black's king is safer. Black's queen is more active. These rooks do nothing. And the engine's like equal. It's all equal. If you're a human, you don't like white here. Magnus is really happy now. Because probably 3 or 4 moves ago, he was worse. And he sort of like bailed out with the exchange sack. Magnus has more time. Yeah. 1,200 viewers. Go viewers. It's funny because when I was a kid, Ali was the greatest. Now Ali Reza, I don't know. Oh, he must have moved. Yeah, okay, I have to refresh. Wrong game. Okay, back to here. Okay, G takes H5. That's one of the engine moves. Bishop H6, keeping the two bishops. Excellent. Opening this up for the queen too. Great. Man, what a pawn structure. God damn. If you are going to sacrifice the exchange, which I recommend, then the best, Jerry, is two bishops against a rook and a knight. Often, two bishops is better than a rook and a knight. So here, of course, with the pawn structure no good and the king exposed, him having less time on the clock, his opponent stacking paper to the ceiling, writing on chess 24-inch chrome, not good. Okay, so we got to watch out. If the knight moves away, we got queen shack. So he moved his rook. Okay, the engine hates that move. It's really hard to play white here. Really hard. The engine says queen G4, rook EB1 are equal. Otherwise, white's worse. I mean, those moves are hard to play. Rook B7 looks good. Bam! Gotcha, Ali. Man, that's a passed pawn. Rook G1 says that's a blunder. What does it want him to play? Play rook here again. Knight C5. Why is this move bad? E4 winning? E4 is good. He played rook D8, also good. See, the engine says this is equal. There's just, I mean, black's just going to win. You can't, come on, you can't. If he had like 3 hours on the clock and had like 3 engines, then he could draw. But when you have this kind of pawn structure, 2 bishops, king exposed, passed pawns, less than a minute on his clock, come on, it's terrible. Yeah, so the engine says white's fine, but it'll be a miracle if he doesn't lose. A miracle, Jerry, a miracle. Engine says queen G2 equal. Ridiculous. It's real easy to lose in one move here. Like you miss something and black queens. Whoa, what's happening? What? What's going on? Oh, Magnus blundered and he's lost. Wow. Because queen here's mate. What? Magnus blundered like ridiculous. How did he blunder? What did he do? Knight F2, which loses to rook D2. Oh, rook D2 wins except it loses. So queen C1 wins. Why does queen c1 win? Oh, because you can't play rook b8 check. So Magnus played rook d2, which is triple question mark. He didn't see queen g6 mate. Wow. So this is a horrible blunder from Magnus. Rook d2. Now Rouge is going to win. See, rook b8 check and queen here mate is a good idea, and Magnus missed it. You can't play rook b8 check because the rook's on d8. So, like, a4's winning, queen c1's winning, and Magnus tried to win immediately. This does win immediately, except it loses. And we talked about this on the stream yesterday, that when 2800 players lose, it's because they miss one move. Except when it's Geary, they just gets crushed. But when these guys lose, everything's fine, but out of the 30 or 40 legal moves, they missed one. That's what happened to Magnus this game. So rook d2 is just a blunder. Basically, any move wins for black, and white's only counterplay is rook b8 check and checkmate, and Magnus fell into it. So Magnus is going to destroy his computer, and this tournament's going to end. There's no way Magnus will play the next game, because his computer will be destroyed, Naroditsky style. Okay, check. And then here. And Magnus is like, oh my God, here, what do I do? And then mate. You can't move the bishop, so your king has h6, because this is mate. Also, this is still mate, and then rook h8 mate. So this is mate. Like, this is forced mate. Wow, Magnus missed this mate. Magnus is like, my king is the safest. Rawr. Wow, what a blunder. All right, so he has to play queen g2. It's still mate. Queen g6 is still mate. He's still threatening mate. Yeah, so he resigned. Wow, what a turnaround. That's crazy. 2 bishops. Wow, Magnus could be so mad. So this game ended in one move. I thought it would end in one move by white blundering, but it was Magnus. Rook d2 from the greatest player who ever lived. Well, I don't think Magnus is going to win 3.5 anymore. Damn. Wow, what a blunder. He just missed queen g4. He missed queen g6. What's funny is, if you remember in the World Championship between Magnus and Karyakin, they tied 6-6. Then they had the rapid playoff. And then in the final game, Magnus played this amazing queen sacrifice to checkmate him with like queen h6 or something. And it was like harder than this. And there's a very funny video on the internet of Tall Baron being confused. Right? He's like, what's Magnus doing? What an idiot. And then queen h6, he's like, oh, never mind. Yeah. But this mate is a lot easier than the one Magnus did against Karyakin. Man, CNN should say Ali Reza is the greatest player who ever lived. Yeah. That's crazy. Man, that was a crazy finish. He just missed queen g6. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, here, like, everything wins for black, and he played rook d2 losing. For some reason, queen c1's the best move. I don't know why. I mean, this looks like a good plan. It's funny, if you play rook d4, and white can't do the same thing because you can't play queen g4. So rook d4 is actually also a good move. But queen c1 is the winningest. That's the winningest move. I don't know why it's the winningest move. Man, that's crazy. Rook d2 losing. And then that's over. He can't get out. Let me out. Let me out. Yep. Leaving your back rank week isn't good. Even the world champions leave their back rank week and get mated. Damn, that changed quickly. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, no, you can't block on g5 with the queen. There's a pawn on h4. I don't understand why queen g2 is winning. What? Queen g2 is not winning. It's just... Wait, what? What's your question? I don't understand your question. Analyze bishop g8. Okay, I assume you mean in this position? I'm not sure what you mean. That's just mate. Queen check, queen takes, and I mate you. I mean, I don't need the engine for that. I can figure that out. Yeah, that I can figure out. Now, if you play Queen F1 first, okay, now, yeah. Now you can't play Rook here, mate. Okay. But unfortunately, we go here. Truth hurts. God damn. Yeah, the Bishop G8 don't work. Yeah. No, Rook D2 is like the worst move Magnus has ever made in his life. Yeah, unbelievable. Bishop G5 when? There's a pawn here. And you can't give all your pieces away. Bishop E8 after Rook B8. Bishop E8's a better move because you don't get mated right away, but it doesn't matter. You can't just give all your pieces away. I mean, everything wins. Queen C4 wins, Rook takes check wins. If you give all your pieces away, you lose. The truth hurts. Queen C4 is forced mate, it says. It announces checkmate. So, I mean, after here, I'm threatening Queen G8 mate. So, yeah. Rook D5 is forced, and then it's still announcing mate. So, I mean, white's up a rook. There's no compensation. No, Rook D2 is like the worst move Magnus has ever played. He didn't see Queen G6 check. And I told you guys this yesterday. Now focus. If Ali Reza doesn't have Queen G6 check, Rook D2 is fine. Rook D2 is winning immediately. He didn't see Queen G6. When he played Rook D2, he saw Rook check, he saw the Queen moves, and he thought, whatever, I take on F2, Queen F1. And he's like, oh, Queen G6 is mate. Darn. And he just missed it. That's why people lose at this level. Well, not Geary, but they miss one move and then lose. It's hard to see 30, 40, 50 legal moves, so you got to do the best you can. Yeah, Rook D2's... in blitz chess, low-rated players would lose like that every game, but you expect more from Magnus, you expect more from Geary. Maybe we expect too much. I don't know. Damn. No, Grishuk is like half kidding. Anisha's going to win games. Now, winning a match, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. I don't know about that. Yeah. No, Magnus knew he was winning. And he thought, okay. Yeah, I guess if white goes here and here, that's another reason why Queen C1 is good. Well, the Knight G4 I can check here. So, and black's just winning here. But, Rook D2 is just like 7 question marks. Here's what's funny about that. Like, this rook looks like it's going to stay there forever. The rook on B7 is great. So it's actually hard to see Rook B8 check because you don't care about that. You're more worried about the 7th rank. He saw Rook B8 check. He just didn't see Queen G6 mate. It's funny, like Queen G6, you're like, okay, I'll defend against it, but you can't. Man, the computer already announced his mate. God damn. Time trouble makes fools of us all. Yep. Yeah, chess is hard. God damn. That's just crazy. It's funny because, like, from Nakamura's point of view, obviously, Naka always wants to see Magnus lose at any point. Like, always. Every game Magnus has ever played, Hikaru wants Magnus to lose. However, maybe not to Firouzja. God damn. Because everybody thinks Firouzja's better than Hikaru. Hikaru doesn't want people to think that. Okay, when Firouzja plays Hikaru later in the tournament, whenever that is, who's the favorite? What do you guys think? Firouzja or Naka? Who's going to win that match? I want 50-50 in the chat. Naka. God damn, there's a lot of Naka fans on Twitch. Ali Reza, obviously. Naka's killing Firouzja. God damn. Man, you guys love Naka. Nicki Minaj. Naka 80%. 80%? Wow, I'm shocked. I thought it'd be 50-50, and it's like 85-15 Naka. Wow. God damn. Go Fabi. I'll take Ollie as the dog all day. The question is, Karen, later in the event, when Naka plays Ali Reza, who's the favorite? God damn, you guys like Naka. Man, if Naka was reading the chat, he'd have a tear in his eye. Wow. Man, you guys are like Naka all day and then some. Wow. God damn. Even Karen's got Naka. Man, the guy just beat the world champion from a lost position, and you're like, he's going to get crushed by Naka. Man, you guys are harsh. Tough going around here. Draw. That's funny. I just like the way it said draw in Geary's game. I'm not sure why I thought that was funny. Oh, they've already started the next game. Well, I'm waxing idiotic over here. All right. Okay, so Haruki versus Nakapuki versus Geary. Hikaru played the exchange Slav with Wyatt. I don't remember him ever doing that in his life. So I'm slightly surprised. Bishop F4 I like. Playing this without here so you can play Bishop D3, Knight E2 and avoid the Bishop G4 lines. Now this is one of the main lines. Yeah. Yeah, this is slightly better for white. I like this way of playing for white. Wow. You guys are like killing it. You're like Fallujah can't beat Naka. God damn. Okay, so Carlsen's match is 1-1. Now, I'm going to tell you something and your minds will explode, and then I'll go to jail for killing you. Sit down, I'm going to tell you something. This is true what I'm going to tell you. In this tournament, in the 15-minute, not the Armageddon, in the 15-minute, the 15-10, in this tournament, Carlsen's 0-3 with black. God damn. Greatest player who ever lived. 0-3 with black. Magnus. 0 out of 3. You hear me talking? Hello. This tournament. God damn. Yeah. Against everybody. He lost every game. Against Hikaru and against Fallujah with black. Magnus 0 out of 3. God damn. Magnus has no draws. Right? Magnus has no draws in any of the games. Yeah, Magnus has 4 wins and 3 losses this tournament. Wow. All right. Strange tournament. Damn. All right. Castles, Rook C8, Rook C1. All right. So both players are happy because it's pretty boring. Naka's a little bit better. Geary's a little bit worse. So they're happy. It's not really a Naka kind of position, the white in the exchange Slav. That's not, you know. Yeah, I know he won the Armageddon, obviously. In the 15-minute, though, he's 0-3 with black. That's crazy. Magnus has no draws. That's also crazy. Everything's crazy. So, based on the previous 7 games, Magnus is supposed to win this game. He's white. All right, so H3, B5, always play Queen B1. Queen B1? I don't know. Six games, big brain. Right, there's 6 games of 15-minute, and then there's the Armageddon game. Try to keep up, garlic teeth. Why isn't Arjun in this tournament? Well, Ali the Rizza. It's the Rizza. I just played the Greek gifts against my grandfather. God damn. Good job. Where's the other game? Where's the rest of you? They haven't started yet. You guys know where's the rest of you from? Where's the rest of you? That's a good line. In Family Guy, Peter said, or somebody said, they get along like an old man and a midget. And then they showed an old man sitting next to a midget, and he said, "Where's the rest of you?" That's a good line. Rick D1, what's that got to do with anything? Oh, he's threatening Knight D2. All right, well, then, I guess Rook D1 makes sense then. Where's the rest of you? Yay, Perrier. All right, let's see what Magnus is doing. He's normal position. Okay, Knight H4 must be in his prep, and his opponent doesn't know it. Knight H4 is a weird move, but all right. It's not the move I would play. Alan Reza doesn't know Knight H4. That's why he's not moving. Okay, bishop back. It's strange because when black plays Knight E4, that attacks the knight. That's a strange move. Knight H5 looks good. Knight E4 looks good. This is a weird move. Magnus really wants to go here. He couldn't go there because of the bishop, so he played Knight H4 first. And this seems fine for black. And this seems fine for black. So Grishuk said he doesn't think Geary is going to win a game the whole tournament. There's 28 games plus Armageddon. If so, well, he doesn't win a game in 28 games. That's silly. He's just kidding. Yeah, in 28 games you're going to win one. Maybe I wouldn't win one, but 28 games. Yeah, where's the rest of you? Yeah, dog, cat, frog, spider's correct. Sir, will you please stop staring at me? Where's the rest of you? Hasn't Geary already won one game? No. Are you kidding? Geary's never won a game. Geary has 2 draws, and he drew a game. Did he draw a game here? I'm already getting confused. Yeah, Geary has 3 draws and 3 losses. Yeah, that's right. Fights for the last spot in super tournaments. God damn, the truth hurts. Yeah. Why Ferrugia rating so low? Ignore that. All right, so black is fine in both games. Instead of attacking this knight with knight h4, h5, or knight e4, played a5, defending his bishop again. Wants to play a4, a3. So white is, I think, forced to play a3. Well, the engine says you can castle, too. a3 seems like it makes more sense to me. I guess after a3 takes, you take with the queen, we have knight here. So you just take with a pawn. Then a3 is sort of silly, but all right. Exactly. This isn't chess.com. It looks like chess.com. Why don't you have merch that says the truth hurts? Ask Karen. Karen does all the merch and ask all questions to Karen. Karen, I'm the pretty face. She's the brains. There is a shirt that says that. God damn. Nick Azimo is like, what about the shirt that says that? I don't know. All right, castles. I mean, Ferrugia's equalizing. He's equalized with black. And what's going on here? Nothing, nothing. Bishop e5, bishop e7, takes. I mean, that move doesn't make any sense. I guess he's going to play e4. I guess. Yeah, I'd rather have black now. 2 bishops. Rook takes is like the boring move. He should take with either pawn. Rook takes, okay, rook takes is just Geary's better, but it's going to be a draw. But taking this way, he might win. Yeah, Naka's not really a specialist in the exchange Slav. That's not Naka's kind of opening. That's, Geary's kind of opening. Exchange Slav. It's the 2 bishops versus the 2 knights. I've said on many occasions, of all the best players in the world, Hikaru likes the knights more than the other players. Other players like their bishops. Yeah, this might be the game Geary wins. 2 bishops against 2 knights. Yeah, this is just bad play from white. This position's just bad. It's the two bishops. What else? Maybe Geary can't win, so I don't know. But you know, two bishops against two knights. Black has the open file. Black has more space. I don't like bishop takes this knight. I don't like bishop takes that knight. I don't like the way he's playing. Very good position for black. Colin EHS subscribed. Good, good. I'm a mathematician. Rawr. Good, good. You texted me. No. I can check. Does anybody think my sound is low? Anybody? What do you guys think? I did a cover of this song. Good, good. Yes, no, no, no. A bit low. It's good. Louder, yes. Ugh! Sound is great. Your volume is low. Pretty much like always. Sound is very good. Always louder. Don't go louder. Asking was funnier, Karen. All right, B4 92. Let's see. Open sound settings. Sound something. That's not even the right microphone, is it? No, I don't think it is. That was weird. Does it sound different now? Because my sound thing on the thing said it was like not even the right microphone. That's weird. It might sound different now. Louder is better. Master in 01. It still sounds good. No different. All right. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Sound is fine. Let me check this. Properties. Yep, that's the right microphone. Testing. Yeah, the sound's good. I can see like two different things. The sound is normal. Blah, blah, blah. They're not trolling me. That was Karen. Let's see. Ban this guy. Ban. All right. You are muted. Rawr. Should I ban him for saying that? Probably. Your face is wrong with the sound. No, I have a face for radio. All right. So B4. 92 takes. He likes to trade. Not sure why you would trade on C1. Yeah, the engine agrees with me. I don't know why you would do that. Why would you take this? Like if he takes, black's winning. So why would he? That's a strange move, trading rooks. Taking with a knight is also strange, I think. But I guess he wants to play here and put his knight here. All right, well, Geary's trying to lose, so that move's no good. I don't know, Geary's just no good. I don't know. I thought Geary was good. Now I changed my mind. No, I could do sit-down comedy, but not stand-up. Yeah. All right, back to whatever it is Magnus was doing. Castles was the last move that we saw. Knight h5, threatening everything. Good, good. Bishop g3, knight takes, pawn takes. Always retreat, knight b4. Good, good. So the idea of knight b4 is if the bishop goes to the natural square, we have bishop f5, and bishop here blocks the rook, and bishop here makes no sense. So it's not easy to figure out what to do. This makes the most sense if you can play a3 and kick the knight out and get the bishop out, but he has to think about that. All right, so white's slightly better. Bishop on e6 isn't great. White has a nice position here, but black's okay. Geary went from big advantage to no advantage. Yeah, Geary just can't play chess. I don't know what it is. I mean, like, rook takes c1 was nonsensical. Bishop a4 is no good. Rook takes c1 made no sense. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Hikaru got a worse position on purpose, and Giri said, no, he's draw. Yeah. When I'm getting a text from Giri's wife, she says, no, lemon pledge. Wow. So Pico wants lemon pledge. I'm not responsible for that. So, all right, bishop e2. All right, so bishop f5 is the idea, but the engine doesn't play bishop f5. But that's why he played knight b4. c5. Wait, what's going on here? All right, c5 is okay. I agree. If you take on c5, then bam, gotcha, bitch. Threatening the queen and the knight. So Magnus didn't do that. So a3, and now he'll play c4, obviously. And, black's okay. Definitely got to watch Wapner. Definitely got to play c4. All right, I think they made some more moves. I have to refresh. And he did make more moves. Okay. And then nobody's made any moves. Terrible. Will Giri ever win a game? The answer is fries. Let's see. I'll check my sound again because that sounds like fun. Let's see. I don't know how to check. I can't do it. No. Aha! No, it's the way it normally is. I can make it a little louder. All right, it's very slightly louder now. Very slightly. Slightly, just slightly. Rook d2 is good. Get queen d1, rook c2. I don't know, probably Giri will lose this game. He can't lose. So equal. Giri, how much did Giri pay Magnus to get in this tournament? God damn. Speak up, I'm wearing a towel. That's one of Homer's greatest lines. Taking a shower at work. Okay, so after c4, queen d1, knight a6, b3. Yeah, white's better. I've had white in these positions all the time. Yeah, I like white. Putting pressure here, etc. Bishop f3. If this pawn goes away, he could put his knight on d3, and his bishop can go to f3. These pawns potentially are weak. Knight's ineffectual, just defensive. Yeah, nice pawn structure for white. Yeah, good position for Magnus. Ferrugia's always doing fine, then very suspicious. Although last game, Magnus made a one-move blunder getting mated, so I guess that didn't matter. Queen d1, rook c2. This game's just a dead draw, so I don't know. Black went from having a big advantage to trading everything and drawing. Well, this is like a dead draw. Can't win. Nobody could ever win. All right. The engine likes black, but I think I'd take white. I don't know why the engine likes black. I don't see how black could ever do anything ever. Why does it like black? What's it talking about? Black has no winning plan ever. I'm mad. Yeah, definitely I take white here. It's a draw, but I'd rather have white. Yay, 200 centidues. Giri paid Stockfish. Okay, he played knight c7. It's a risky move, because now we can have a battle of ideas. That's what's going to happen. Good. We trade on c4, and then these pawns move up, and these pawns move up, and everybody's happy. Except, the center pawns are better, so white's more happy. So yeah, Magnus played a4, stopping this, but giving this square away. A paradoxical decision. So the knight can come back here, or the bishop can sit here forever. But this pawn never goes here, then white can, start doing stuff. This pawn becomes weak. Yeah, this is just better for white because white has the 2 center pawns and black has 0 center pawns. This pawn's weak. The b file. Knight goes to e5. Bishop f3. Yeah. Very good position for white. Magnus can play rook c1 or queen c2. Good, good. Now the engine likes black, but the engine's wrong. If I said the engine was wrong, it changed to like white's better. Good engine. All right. The engine's wrong about this position, too. It also says black's a little better and white's a little better. Terrible. Now, I like queen and bishop better than queen and knight, but not here. But I usually do. 111 centidues. Thanks, Scott the Ancient. Good, good. I'm new. Can you explain centidues? Scott the Ancient gave 111 centidues. Explained. So this game's super interesting. Super. Thanks for asking. Every 5 minutes in the chat, why is Firouzja's rating 2372? 1,220 viewers. Good. Good. Wow. Naka wants to win. G4. Matt Larson style. Can't approve of that. Linking 69. Good. Good. Who'd win if you played against a man? I think a man would win. Either me or him. Playing for a loss. G4. I'm not a big fan of G4, but whatever. I guess he can just do what he wants. He can't lose to Giri, so he just makes whatever move he wants to make. Harsh. Go Matt Larson. Hello. It's Yale. So it must be Matt Larson, even though he goes to Stanford now. Giri plays for the draw, and then some. All right, a lot of stuff happened in this game. Bishop takes c3, a shocking decision, giving up the 2 bishops. Knight d5, queen a3, and here comes the center, and this pawn's weak. I don't like that decision. I don't like bishop takes. It's funny, Firouzja, when he plays badly, which is basically every game, he does stuff. Instead of like building and improving, he's like trades things that he shouldn't trade. He makes really aggressive, crazy moves. And, you know, he's like a blitz player. Terrible. What is he, 16? Yeah, I don't like bishop takes. I don't like that move. I like having the 2 bishops. Yeah, now this pawn's weak. This pawn's weak. Here comes the center. I don't like this for black. This pawn's not going to queen. Unless it queens. Yeah, that's a good move. I like that move. Yeah, I mean, white's plays pretty easy. Yeah, white attacks this, white attacks this, white pushes the center. I don't know, hard to play black. Not easy anyway. Yeah, I don't like this for black. All right, and then I don't like the way either side is playing. Good, good. I don't like g4. I don't like rook takes c1. I don't like bishop a4. Lots of bad moves. And somehow it's completely equal. Somehow. Hikaru knows if he wins the game, the match is over. Wants to win the match. So, probably rather win than draw. That's right. I'm old. I don't like anything. Just like when Grandpa Simpson went to the Krusty Burger. Exactly. Castle Queenside. What's the time control? 15-minute with a 10-second increment. 1237 viewers. That was my brother's rating when he was 9 years old. 1237. All right, Firouzja's not moving. I mean, the times in this game can't possibly matter. The times in the Carlsen game could matter. Yeah, this game's more interesting. Knight b4. Good, good. So if Giri was white and black here, he'd go rook c3, knight d5, rook c1. He'd be so pleased. That's not going to happen this game. Magnus is going to play knight e5 here. Bam! Attack that pawn. Do-si-do. This is probably the best move. Queen b2 is okay. Rook c3 is okay. But knight e5 seems like it makes the most sense. Put pressure on this pawn. Take that pawn. Rawr. Hikaru playing g4, now played f4. So white's playing to lose and black's playing for a draw. Interesting. So every move Hikaru makes, the engine goes terrible, and the black's better. Then Giri makes a move and it says equal. That's the players for you. Yeah. I don't like this. I don't like it. This guy's got a bishop. So calm, chill. Yeah, I mean, it's so boring it has to be a draw. Now this game, Rook c3, always repeat. Yeah, the engine says here, and then white should do something else. That's good. There must be some trick I don't see after knight d5, rook c4. Is it knight f4? It is knight f4, I bet. Knight f4, rook c8, knight e2, king. Yeah, that's just good for black. All right, so knight f. So I guess if this happens, then yeah, knight f4, and then yeah, this is better for black. It says. Do I take this? Yeah. Yeah, this is white's pawn structure is ruined. All right, so he won't play. So that they did repeat. Good. Now you guys at home, especially the people who aren't watching my stream but on chess.com and chess24, they think they're going to repeat now and draw. 0% chance that Magnus will repeat and draw. Less than 0. He's definitely not going to play here, but he did repeat. So clap. Very good, Magnus. Always repeat. Now, if Giri was playing either side, then okay, all kinds of repetitions. But Magnus will not play rook c3 here. And he's playing for the win Hikaru. He doesn't trade queens. Plays queen f2. Plays for the loss. Yeah, the engine doesn't like white here because white's basically exposing his own king more than his opponent's king. I mean, he can't really do any of this because he'll get in trouble. It doesn't help either. Wow, f5. Whenever the engine says black's better, Giri makes a move and it says equal. Yeah, Giri's like, yay, I blocked it all up. I drew. Unusual strategy when you're losing a match. It's funny, even though you guys think the top players are super confident, because they are. Like Kramnik, I'm winning, I'm always winning. If you're playing 27, 2800s every game and you never, ever win, start to lose your confidence, right? Giri's probably like, I haven't won a game like all year. I never win a game. And that game he did win against Alexenko, very suspicious. Like, he tried not to win the whole game, and then as soon as it was a dead draw, Alexenko blundered. I moved like 100. So I don't know. He did win one game in his life, and it was a suspicious win. Yeah, I mean, Giri was just trying to draw, and Naka was trying to lose, and Giri's going to be successful. I'm trying to see how either side ever wins. I don't see it. Yeah, I think they're just going to repeat and draw now. Or not even repeat, it's move 40. Yeah, I mean, you can't win. So, all right. That game's going to end in a draw. And Carlsen hasn't moved yet? What's the time situation? Who's watching on the other site? Giri is 2780. Rawr. Nine minutes to 5. Naka drew. Who has 9 and who has 5? Who has 4 and who has 8? I assume Carlsen has less time because Carlsen never moves. Magnus has more time, but Magnus never moves. All right, they agreed to a draw. Terrible game. God. Yeah, Naka had a much worse position, and then Giri's like, don't worry about it. Maybe Grishnik's right. How do you not win a game in 28 games? He's got to win a game. After this game ends, I'm going to take a bathroom break. Although, if this game ends in like 5 or 10 minutes, the other game's going to start. But, too bad. Oh, Magnus has more times because he's part owner of the site? Okay. Knight e5 is correct. Good move. Good. 1,300 viewers a do. Out of 100 matches, how many am I going to draw against Magnus? Probably all of them. Most likely. During round 3. Isn't this game 3? This is game 3. So you mean game 4, Bathroom break for Karen. What? Karen's not here. Is C3 forced now? C3's bad. Every move is bad. So he just has a bad position. This game, he got outplayed. His position was fine. He got outplayed. Happened the first game, too. Also happened the second game. And then Magnus hung mate. Every game, Firouzja's fine. Move 5, move 10, move 50, move 20. And then he's not. And he's losing. And then Magnus hung mate. So if Magnus doesn't hang mate this game, he's looking good. Can you recap the overall scores? I cannot. When Magnus wins this game, he's up 2-1, and Hikaru is up 2-1. Knight d3 exclam. So the problem with rook takes c3 is we have, what's it called? X-ray, that's it. We have an X-ray with knight c2. The rook defends c2. So this black wins the exchange. So he played knight d3. And he wants to take this and take this and take this and take this. And if they trade, that's good because this pawn's a goner. And white's just winning. And white also wants to play knight c5, blocking the rook, so we can safely take the pawn. So this was excellent play by Magnus. So Magnus is winning on the board and has more time. Stacks paper to the ceiling. Rides on chess 24 chrome. He's got everything. That's the scam train driver. No. Terrible. Well, I don't think Magnus is going to blunder this game. This seems like Magnus kind of position. Just outplayed his opponent strategically. Can I get a 2-minute ban, please? Sure. Let's see, who else is streaming? Rufus, Doofus. All right. So this is like 8 minutes to 2 now for Magnus. Will an online rapid tournament affect the player's FIDE rating? No. $840 to $140? God damn. Yeah, that's not good. His position's really bad. So he, the truth hurts. This is actually a funny variation. Rook c4 is one of the engine moves. And then after knight e1, attacking the rook, and the rook moves away. Now you can safely take the c pawn because the knight defends c2. That's actually pretty funny. Knight e1 attacking the rook and defending c2. So my knight c2 trick doesn't work. So the engine is playing knight d5 and letting white advance all of his pawns with tempo, winning this pawn, so that it hopes that the pawns are weak. That's a tough move to play, letting white, push all the pawns and win your c-pawn. Still bad for black. Oh, actually, I guess they've made moves and I don't know about it. All right, so rook c1, here. Queen b6. Okay, knight c5 is the best. He played rook b1, which is a terrible move. Rook b1 looks good, I do admit. But he should have played knight c5. The knight's great on c5. It blocks the rook, attacks the c-pawn. And he played here, which is a blunder. And now he could play c2, which he missed. Man, what's going on with these guys? He didn't play c2, but the engine says black's better now. Yeah, pawn's looking pretty good. If rook b2, queen a6. Probably both players missed queen a6. Yeah, now white's all tied up. Bishop's going to c4. Yeah, I mean, rook b1's terrible because after c2, he doesn't have a good response, and c2 gains a tempo. You don't want your rook on b1. If the guy plays c2, then there's no threat. So knight c5 was clearly the right move. So rook b1's a blunder. Now after c2, black's better. And he played bishop f5. I mean, I understand Firouzja's not making the best move, but rook a b1 from Magnus is pathetic. He has tons of time on his clock, and that's not the Magnus from 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Rook b1 allowing c2, and it's bad for him. When knight c5 is safe and simple. You cut the rook off from the pawn. c2 doesn't attack the rook. The queen can't go on this diagonal. The bishop can't go to c4. The rook can't go to c4. It's just the most obvious move. So it's very strange to play here, and c2 is good. If c2 was bad, and Magnus knew it was bad, then it's fine. So if I was a betting man, I would say that Magnus didn't see queen a6. If you don't play queen a6, black's doing terrible because, he's going to lose everything. Bet your queen a6, he's doing great. Both players missed queen a6. Magnus just missing one move all the time. Terrible. All right. Man, the truth hurts. Need some better players in this tournament. All right. So let's see what happened. Rook b3 is correct. Bishop takes d3 is correct. Bishop takes d3 is correct. c2 is correct. All these moves are correct. Rook c2 is correct. Yep. This is all the engine moves, yeah. Queen c6 is okay, but he's already lost. All right, so white's a pawn up for nothing. And white has 5 minutes extra on the clock. Yeah. I mean, this is a pawn up for nothing. There's no compensation. White has 2 center pawns to 0. Probably white's minor piece is better. Black has no counterplay. It's just winning. Bishop goes here, rook goes here, and he Magnuses it up. I mean, it's just white's up. 2-1 majority is useless. Passed pawn. Go knight c2. Wow, the engine wants to play bishop f3. Yeah, queen b2 makes more sense to me. Yeah. Knight here's a weird move. If he goes back, then why do you do that? Lose all those tempi. Strange. I guess he has no time on his clock, so he just move it back and forth. Yeah, Magnus can't mess this up because Magnus was born to play this position. Yeah, Magnus loves this position. He's never been so happy. Instead of putting the bishop on this diagonal where it does nothing, he can actually transfer it to this diagonal. Okay, that's what he's doing. Just he went this way. Yeah, that's correct. Play bishop here and push his pawns and attack this. His king is safe. Yeah. I mean, Magnus was born to play this position. And it's terrible that he played rook b1 allowing c2, queen a6. He didn't see queen a6. Never do schoolwork. Never. Never. Did they start the other game yet? In the other, like the other... Let's see. What do I do? I do this. I don't think they started the other... Oh, maybe they did. No. All right. Okay, rook c1, safe. See, Magnus defends the back rank this game. g6, bishop b5. Good, good. Yeah. All right, and then... yeah. Etc. Yep. King has f2, e4, and so forth. Got to never play f6 shirt on, so you can play f3. Yeah, the knight can't move anywhere. Damn. Harsh. This move is silly. This move walks into a fork. Yeah, there's no counterplay here. Can't do nothing. Terrible. It's funny, the engine doesn't defend this pawn. It plays here, and then if you take it, it like queens. Although I would play king f2 all day. Yeah. Because you got to defend all your pawns. Yeah, this is just white up a pawn, but it's sort of like two pawns. Because white has 2 pawns extra on the right side of the board. On the left side of the board, the 2 to 1's irrelevant. These pawns just are blocked. If only Maurice was here to hear that analysis. Left side, right side. If Geary was white, draw. I mean, you have to win this position. Even Geary has to win. Rawr, I'm mad. How do you not win this position? Black can't do anything, and white's going to queen all his pawns. Rawr. I guess Geary would draw. I just don't know how. There has to be a way, though. This bottle is nearly empty. When I go to the bathroom, I can bring another bottle back. 1,300 viewers a do. It's counterplay, H5, rawr. After queen e3, the engine plays queen takes e3? He's not going to do that. Yeah, the engine changed its mind. Yeah, he'll probably play queen e7. So what's the time situation? Like 5 minutes to 1? Anybody? All moves win. It's hard to suggest a move because they all win. There's one of them. Yeah, black just has nothing to do. I guess it's time for h4, especially with no time on his clock. 7 minutes to 1? God damn. Position's no good either. Will there be a second Kasparov in the future? Wait, what? I don't understand the question. You mean like, does he have a kid? I think he has kids. King h7. All right. He's not going to play h4 yet. I'll let Magnus think about it. Ooh, f4. Magnus don't care about h4. God damn. I'm confused why the engine plays d5. What? I don't understand d5 at all. Is that your queen takes? You just play d6, d7? Yeah, maybe. I guess that is good. That seems really weird. I think I'll play queen c7. This seems really strange to me. I mean, yeah, queen c4, queen c7 he could play. But I'd be shocked if he played d5. The engine's like +3, +4. Says this wins, says this wins, says this queen c7 wins. If it's black's move, probably white's winning. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe this is a threat. Well, if you get up a knight, you're down a knight. So, can't be down a knight. It's a knight. Then you're down a bishop. Rawr. What's the score? 1-1. After this game, Magnus is up 2-1. Good, good. 6:20 to 40 seconds. Queen c4. That's the professional move. I like that move. He has to take on e4. He has to. It doesn't matter if queen f7 wins. He has to take on e4. There's no other move. Yeah, he has to take on e4. All right, and he did. Takes, king h6. Queen f6 is correct. Defending the pawn and threatening mate. The king is obviously very safe on h2. I guess he'll play king h7 because you gotta stop mate. The other way of stopping mate seems really dumb. Queen b7 looks terrible. Yeah. And queen e5 is good. He'll probably repeat a little bit. I think he should go check in here. Although he has a lot more time than Feruzis. Maybe he won't. Queen Queen e5 seems like the professional move after repeating. I would repeat and then play queen e5. Because the king is so safe on h2, and then this pawn is queening. Good, good. That's not a good move. Queen c2 check. You want the king on f2. You don't want to force the king here. That was bad. He should have played queen b1 so the king can't escape. Yeah, that's pretty bad for Molly Reza. Letting the king go here, that's dumb. King's terrible here. Magnus wants to go here. Ugh, 16-year-olds. Yeah, I mean, he'll play king h2 here, yeah. That is just terrible, queen c2 check. What's wrong with him? This is what white wants to do. Why would you force him to do it? You could play queen b1 and he can't play here. Come on, dummy. All right, Farouz didn't put up any resistance. He has no time on his clock. I'm probably being mean. All right. And then you guys missed some of the moves. The game's going to end now. So check, check, bishop c4 resigns. He'll play bishop c4 and he'll resign. All right, then he'll resign. Yeah, I mean, forcing the king h2 was ridiculous. I mean, he figured it's losing anyway. He didn't care. But, you know, kidding me? Talking to me? If you take on d4, we have this standard check, check, checkmate that you guys have seen many times. This is why I like queen and bishop better than queen and knight, even though you read in books it's the other way around. And he resigned here. The game's over. For those of you who are confused, if you play this, stopping the mates, then this is forced mate. Well, obviously, if I was white, I would repeat and then do that. But yeah, the queen c2 is a really bad defense. Queen b1, so the king stays here forever. Then later, if our knight gets in, you know, then all right, check him a few times. Yeah, this is just silly. Yeah, now there's no counterplay. Yeah, forcing the king here is crazy. This is all right. I guess he already gave up in his mind. Okay, so Magnus is up 2-1. Hikaru is up 2-1. And I'll be back in about 2 minutes. It's possible the Hikaru game already started. But who cares about that game? Let's see. It doesn't say it started. I don't know why it wouldn't have started already. All right, see you guys in a minute. All right, it's time for the last game. Let's get it going. Bam. Let's see, Gary. And who else is playing? Is it Magnus? Yeah. All right, so this game started first. My freaking ears. Exactly. Good, my freaking ears. Twitchy said, volume is too low. I got you guys good. All right, wake up. Giri Hikaru. Giri needs to win the match, to tie the match and go to Armageddon. E4. An Italian game. Not the most exciting yet. All right, and this is where Hikaru's starting to think. Another train. Thanks, Pinky Jim. Who else did stuff? Anybody? Anyone? Cy Bradbury started the train. Medi Pepe. Good. All right. Good train. Switch to chess 24. We will not. Colony chess. Medi Pepe. Good. Scam train. All right. So Giri has to win. Then he ties the match to go to Armageddon. And this game hasn't started yet. All right. We didn't lose a lot of viewers when I left. We only lost about 100. I thought we might lose like 300. Maybe they like, when I leave, then they show up. Another train. The first two trains sucked, so hopefully this train will be better. All right, nothing's happening. Pretty symmetrical position, too. White's tiny little better. 200 centidues, Pinky Jim. Good. Will we finish level 1 or we'll stay there? Okay, the other game has started. Oh, no, what did I hear? Oh, H3. He put it in H. Giri must win, but he still plays slow and boring because, that's what he does. If Naka just draws, it's easy 3 points. Not too easy, but pretty easy. Right, so if Naka draws or wins, he wins the match, and he gets 3 points this round to 0. And if Giri wins, they play Armageddon. Will Giri play for a draw in this must-win game? Confusing Grishuk, who said Giri would win no games the whole tournament. God damn. It's my first donation of the stream. $5. Thanks for waking me up. Happy Adolf's birthday. Exactly. That's why in Germany they're opening it back up. Kunura Nonin gave $5. If it's Adolf's birthday, you really should have given $9. Really. 9, not 5. Terrible. All right, that's not how you spell surprise. But you tried. Not see good is correct. All right, the other game hasn't started yet. Farouja's down 2-1. Magnus has won every game with white in the 15-minute both days. And he's lost every game with black, and he's black. So there you go. Place your bets. Bishop E6, solid. I think I missed a couple of moves. Oh, no, I didn't. H3, Bishop E6, okay. And nobody's moved here. No, we're going to lose on level 1. You guys suck. Is this a common Italian game line? It's not super common, but these maneuvers like knight F1, knight G3, and knight E7, knight G6, that's pretty common. Basically, the question is, will white play D4 first, or will black play D5 first? Somebody's going to do it eventually. And the engine says white should do it. It says it's time for white to do it. Either D4 here or take on e6 first, then play d4. Obviously, if nobody ever plays d4 or d5, it's not going to be that interesting. Just move around doing nothing. But okay, then you bust open the center, you get some space, the position changes a little, you move your hands a lot. 200 centidues from Anonymous. Cy Bradbury, 100 centidues. No, we're going to lose the train on level 1. No. No, it's Grandmaster Gowrie, my favorite Grandmaster. Almost as good as GM Canty. Oh, snap. Cy Bradbury getting us close to 100%, but not close enough. Somebody's got to throw in 300 centidues or 2 subs. You got 10 seconds. No! Terrible. No. No. And we lose on level 1. You guys suck. Terrible. Boo. Did Cy Bradbury beat the clock? I don't know if he beat it or not. It's really close. Let's find out. Level 1 complete. He did beat the clock. And then B. Bobby Boucher gave 1,000 centidues. Man, that was like 1 second away from not beating the clock, Bradbury. Good job. Abe Froman, 4444, 100 centidues. No. Go Hype Train. It's the only thing we can root for in this sports. Okay, so Geary's not going to move. Good, good. Nobody's going to move here. All right, unusual tournament. Nobody moves. The Abe Froman. That's right. The Sausage King of Chicago. Exactly. Such strong support. Exactly, Twitchy. Or Mepex, whoever you are. I said Boo Horns. Go Abe Froman. In Family Guy, they go back in time a few hundred years. And the guy's like, I'm Abe Froman. The guy's like, wait a minute. Chicago doesn't exist and phones don't exist. This is all fake. 300 centidues. No way. Pinky Jim. Go Pinky Jim. 77. All right, we're getting close to level 3. What's happening here? Why isn't Geary moving? It's a 15-minute game, not 40 moves in 2 hours. What's going on here? Oh, he did move. Good, good. Bishop A4, attacking the rook. Hoping for bishop D7, bishop B3, draw. Yay, then Geary gets his draw. Always repeat. Bishop A4 is a weird move. That's not a move I would have considered. After C6, I would have said, okay, I'm not doing that. Does it feel good to get paid? Just say whatever comes to mind and people love it? Bishop A4 is okay. Nothing's horrible. It's boring as all can be, but still. Other game hasn't started yet. Yeah, last game, Nakamura tried to lose. Geary tried to draw. Geary was successful. This game, Naka tries not to lose, and Geary tries to win. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. Go Hype Train. Yeah, those numbers mean nothing. Stockfish means nothing. Only Leela matters. I don't know. I'm so old, I remember when Houdini was good. That's how old I am. Why do you play Bishop A4? Good, good. Fritz 5.32, the best version of Fritz. I think they're going to actually take Geary out of the tournament today, and tomorrow Grishuk's going to play instead. Ever see a man say goodbye to a shoe? Yes, once. Oh, snap. C6. Good, good. Other game hasn't started yet. Correct. Go Grishuk. Leela's not an engine. That's right. I don't think Leela's an engine, right? Somebody back me up. Where's Raj? Leela's a human. Ripka was so good they made it illegal. Good. My student made Ripka. Vas Rylik. Go Leela. Colin EHS, 100 centidues. Xenoid 1, 173 centidues. That sounds like it's his last 173 centidues. It sounds like. Go Hype Train. Leela would crush these engines all day. Rawr, level 2 complete. All right, let's go back a few moves. C6, D4, bishop B6. Good, good. Then what happened? Nothing here. All right. Still pretty boring. And here we have Magnus needs a draw to win the match. Tries to play the Berlin. Ali Reza plays D3 like he did yesterday. Yesterday? 2 days ago? Bishop C5. You know, gets ding. Knight C3. Very unusual. Knight C3. Not a common move. Yay, 1969 centidues. Good, good. That's my favorite number. So we've transposed into a 4 knights where white's played D3 against bishop C5. Like imagine this was here and it was a 4 knights and black plays bishop C5 and now white plays D3, which is very unusual. Yeah. D6 is okay. Knight D4 was okay. It's the boring world of Niels Bohr. Have you ever come back to St. Louis and give lectures again? I don't know. Have I? 100 centidues. 69 centidues. We made it to level 4. Yay. Leela is a self-learning AI. Good, good. Proving it's not an engine. Good, good. Why does Geary and Frugia have cameras behind them? There's cameras with everybody to make sure there's no cheating. You can tell by the level of play there's no cheating. So, Cheffy subscribed. Good, good. Magnus is up 2-1 and Hikaru is up 2-1. Faruja must win and Geary must win. They both have white. 200 centidu is an anonymous cheerer. I don't see a camera behind Magnus. There should be the same cameras at Magnus as everybody else. You just can't see them. Okay, so they made a lot of moves in this game. 5 sub gift from NG3542A. Yay, getting us to level 5. Okay, so bishop D2. Nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Queen F8? You play Queen F8? Oh, all right. Strange move. All right. I don't understand Queen F8 at all. If he plays D5, which the engine says is okay, then the queen shouldn't be on E7. It's okay. He better play D5. Otherwise, Queen F8 makes no sense. What do they do? Trade everything? Let's see. Bishop G5. Here, 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 here. Queen D8, obviously. All right. It's about equal. Maybe white's a little bit better. But it's about equal. B4. Bishop B6. Good, good. Probably he'll play A4. And white's a little bit better. Not much. And here white's better. Not much. Level 6 hype train. I guess there was a move made. I played C3. That's surprising. He didn't try to play A4, A5. All right. C3 is sort of a weird move. I mean, C3 with the pawn on B2, I understand, but why play C3 with the pawn already here? It's okay. Just, 11 centidues. Yay. Go engines. Magnus hit his backdrop down. Why? Because when he lost in game 2, he went, "Rawr." Man, Magnus must have been furious after he lost the second game. Man, that's the maddest he's ever been. All right. So he played knight f4. That also, I guess, makes sense to not have the queen on e7. The engine plays bishop f1, obviously. Frankly. Nobody takes anything. That's a good strategy from Geary. All the pieces on the board the whole game, and hope eventually, there's a blunder. Bishop f1, yay, good move. Knight g6. I guess I'd rather have white because this queen seems silly here. Bishop's on f1. Gotta like that. I got d4. You have your pawn on d6. White has a little more space. The engine wants to play c4 here and start pushing it up. Push him, baby. 101 centidues. Go Leela. What? Go AMD. Go Cy Bradbury. 100 centidues. Always play bishop f1. Good job, Geary. Go Geary. He's the big favorite now. Maybe not. I mean, the queen's better on f8 if this gets open. So maybe he wanted to play d5. Maybe he thought after takes, it would be better. But yeah, his queen is very strange on f8. Nothing wrong with it. It doesn't. It's just passive. And then in the other game, he played a6. Good. Yep. Game's not very exciting yet. Why is bishop b1 good? Bishop b1? What? 101 centidues, 101, 199 from Greenluck, Cy Bradbury, not Mark Twain. Sorry, f1. A new Gary. Allowing everything. All right. Gowrie said Carlsen played the worst blunder of his life. Well, that was in game 2. Not this game. That's what I said. Yeah. All right, he played knight takes b6, takes on b6, bishop c4, b5. Oh, this is just equal. Yeah. Castles. This is completely equal. All right, so Magnus is happy because he's completely equal. All right, and Geary played for the win. I never seen anything like it. c4, the engine move. c5. There's a move I wouldn't have considered. All right. I have black in these positions all the time. It's terrible. No, the train. 400 centidues. No. The train ran out. Pretty good train. Good. That was the best train of the stream. Ever played against Nakamura Benjamin? Which one? Nakamura Benjamin. 6 subs, 7,000 bits. Level 5 complete. All right. Yeah, this position is terrible for black because I have these positions all the time. They're not good. c5 is a strange decision. Queen c1, stopping knight f4. So Naka just says nobody can do anything, it'll be a draw. But, I mean, this pawn on d5 is annoying. We have so much less space. And he stopped knight f4, and he didn't stop knight f5, a.k.a. knife f5. It's just much better for white. White has this, black doesn't have this. White has a pawn on d5. White has the third rank for the rook. Yeah, this is just a really bad position for black. Terrible play from Nakamura this game. Queen f8, knight f4 to g6, c5, bad play. Obviously, knight f4 to g6 makes no sense. c5 makes no sense. Queen f8 makes no sense. Yeah. I mean, I'm sort of kidding, but maybe Naka's like, whatever, I'm playing Geary and do what I want. Man, the truth hurts. God damn. It is funny if he thinks that. Like, I'm playing Geary, I can't lose. But this position is really bad. Black has no counterplay at all. Black just sits here and hopes not to lose. Now, he is playing Geary, but this position is really bad. I assume in the Chess 24 commentary, they're madder than I am, because they're better than me, so they'd be madder about how bad Black is playing than I am. Like, Grishik's like, well, Black is strategically lost. Why does he play c5 and queen f8? And why move knight f4, g6? Probably that's what's happening. Bishop g8, bishop c2. So Geary defended his pawn. So now his rook can come over here later. Like, knight h2, rook f3, knight f5, and the pawn's defended. And then Nakamura is defending his a pawn against this bishop. But yeah, this is very, very, very bad for black. All right, back to this really boring equal game. Yeah, I mean, just... It would be really hard for either player to lose. And Firouzja's going to have to lose on purpose. Because Firouzja's going to have to win or he loses the match. So Firouzja's going to have to do some crazy stuff. Otherwise, it'll be a draw. And then he might lose playing crazy. Yeah, I'm sure Magnus is really happy here. It's so equal. Needs a draw to win the match. Yeah, so 4 knights for white when it's not some tricky, complicated theory, when it's the boring. Those are too boring. Yeah. Go Grishuk. Do more Grishuk. Yeah, Grishuk and Svidler must be really mad about the way Hikaru's playing. Because, they're better than me. Lawrence Trent doesn't know what's going on. He's like, Could Makovic be better than Firouzja? No. Yeah, it was a Berlin, but then became a 4 knights, which is even more boring. All right, let's move 28, and there's been no trades, and black's almost lost. I mean, this is knights here. This knight can't go here. This pawn's here. I mean, it's just terrible. Black just can't move. See, white has access to these squares, and black doesn't have access to those squares. Oops, that was me. It's not you, it's me. All right. And then they traded on e6. Magnus took with the queen, the more boring way. I mean, it's going to be hard for either side to win. Firouzja's got to do something weird at some point to make the game double-edged. I just don't know what. I don't know how you make this game double-edged. It's so boring. Rook A8's coming if he wants. Trade all the rooks. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think Giri's going to win. Yeah. I've never said that sentence in my life. I think Giri's going to win. I hope he does. I want to see Armageddon. And Armageddon, Giri's not the favorite. God damn. He's not the favorite. And then some. Yeah, not the favorite. All right. So Giri played G4, which I don't like. Because you're giving F4 square back. It is funny that we're on move 29 and nobody's taking anything. Yeah. Knight G6 I do like. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of G4 because you're giving away some of the dark squares. Bishop G5, Knight G5, Knight F4. Yeah, I don't like that move. As soon as I said I thought Giri would win, he played G4, which I don't like. Giri's always getting me like that. I should never predict he'll win. I must admit, move 30 with no trades is pretty suspicious. This position's still terrible for black. There's no doubt about it. Black has no space. And all the pieces are on the board. That's bad. But I don't like G4 because he's giving a lot of the dark squares away. Pawn was better on G3. All right. And then nothing's happening here, which is good for Magnus. Magnus likes when nothing's happening. He's going to play D5. And then everybody trades all the pieces and they agree to a draw. So Magnus is pretty happy because if he draws, he wins the match. And, I mean, he can't... There's just no way to blunder here for him. So, all right. Bishop F6. Good. King G3 is one of the top engine moves. It's not the top, but it's one of the top. The king in there. Or attack with the king. King G4. Nigel Short. It is impressive that there's no trades here. And we both played 30 moves. At Super GM level, probably never happened before. Never. Both players 27-50 and over. Move 30? I never heard of it. Never. With Giri, all the pieces are traded by move 30. Jan said the exact same thing at the exact same time. Rawr. Yeah, position's really bad for black, but you just sit there and hope Giri doesn't win. Gotta hope something. Yeah, this position's completely equal. I don't know how Farouche is ever going to win. I'm not sure how he could ever win. Ever. Never. Yeah, it's so equal. So boring. Terrible. Problem for White is, because White needs to win, after D5, man, we're going to trade everything. Trade everything. Nothing will be left. Not even kings. Just an empty board. Right? It's like Pandolfini's playing the game. Knock all the pieces off the board. Terrible. Okay, that's what's happening. H3, D5. Everything is going to get taken. Everything. All 8 of those pawns will be captured like in the next 10 moves. That's not good for Farouche. He needs to win. All right, so Naka had all he could stands. He can't stands no more. He correctly played knight f4. Now, if it's Black's move and Black plays like g5, there's no reason why White, that's fine. So he has to take that. And now that's, now Black's, getting some counterplay. Yeah. Yeah, that's why g4 was bad. Yeah. This was a good pawn sacrifice. Very reminiscent of the game I beat Mamedyarov, where I played knight f4 and sacrificed a pawn also for similar dark squares. Yeah. White's still better because White's a pawn up, but finally Hikaru has some activity. His pieces are getting reasonable. 2 bishops, dark squares, etc. James Gandolfini. Rawr. Is it possible to lose on purpose to win a tournament? What? Your name's Quantum Theory? Did he not hang his queen? He did not. Because the knight is defending that. So if you go here, I take it. Okay, he played rook a2. Very passive. Good, good. Very strange move. Yeah, I don't know why I said I thought Geary would win. He just can't play. G4's just bad. He's a bad player. Maybe I won't comment on Geary's games anymore. I'll just concentrate on the other one so we don't waste time. I mean, like the rest of the tournament. All right, takes, all zeros. And Geary has a lot less time. Yeah, Geary's going to lose. No, Ali Rez is not going to win. I think Geary's going to lose now. Geary just can't play chess. I don't know what's wrong with him. There's something funny going on with Geary. He's playing bad. It's different than like you're not having a good tournament or, somebody has to come in last. There's 8 players, one will come in last. He's playing bad. I know bad. See, these guys who are playing, they know how to play well. I know how to play badly. That's what Geary's doing. All right, so this is just... Black's probably better now. This pawn's probably weaker than this one. It's just a draw, but I'd rather have Black now. Maybe that's good what Ali Reza did, is getting a worse position so that Magnus overpresses. I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah, probably Geary's going to withdraw, and they'll put in Sopiko. She can't do worse, right? Yeah. All right. Hikaru played g6. Correct. I mean, he's got 2 bishops in the dark squares now because g4 is such a terrible move. Knight g3. Good, good. Black's not worse now. Rook on a2 is terrible. That's a terrible move. Yeah. No, Black's definitely not worse now. Yeah, rook b6 and bishop. Dark square bishop is good. The white square bishop on c2 is no good. I mean, it's just terrible play. Yeah, I'd rather have Black here, even though White's up a pawn. Yeah, Hikaru's going to win. I've changed my mind. I said Geary was going to win. Now I say Hikaru's going to win. In a couple of minutes, I'll say draw. Okay, this game I've been saying draw all along. Must win for Farouche. This is what he does. Damn, harsh. Must win position. Make sure he can't win. B3. That's got to be bad because he played it. Making sure his bishop is the worst. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, king g7 is good. Good. And king g2. And king g2 is a blunder because of h5. Because there's pins and checks here. Yeah, and Hikaru's going to win for sure. I absolutely guarantee Hikaru wins this game. Yeah. I mean, I can't believe he played g4. That's just awful, g4. Just mad. All right, back to whatever this is. This is a game that's going to be a draw. Yeah, I mean, Ferrugia's only hope is that Magnus thinks he's better at winning and presses too much. Although I'm not sure what that even means. I don't know how black presses too much. Yeah, I don't know. Black just can chill. Man, such passive play from Ferrugia. That's not the Ferrugia I know. The Ferrugia I know goes rawr and, confuses the audience, etc. Damn, Hikaru played h5. God damn. Great play by Hikaru from a terrible position. Terrible position. Then after g4, Hikaru woke up. He's like, hey, I have the f4 square. Hey, I have the e5 square. Hey, I have the g5 square. And Greer's like, leave me alone. I'm no good. Very good play. Excellent play. Yeah, Geary's mentally destroyed. I agree. Yeah. Passage 33, that's a question for my brother. My brother's the world's leading authority on Disney World. He might be in the chat, too. My brother's been to Disney World more than you have. I don't care who you are. I'm right, too. There's 1,269 people watching. My brother wins. Yeah. I didn't see the Jordan documentary because I don't really care about that. Rook h1, the best move. Good. So this is good. This is good. This is good. All captures are good. Okay, what did happen? He traded on f3, and then played queen e5, and then traded on g4, and then played queen e5. Yeah, totally dominating the dark squares. Yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous. God damn, rook h5, wow. Rook h5 was the best move? Wait a minute. Rook h5, I take. Oh, okay, because this is, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. And this is a funny variation. Gotcha, bitch. Oh, snap. After rook h5, black is supposed to go here, but that would have really shocked Nakamura if he played that. Also, bishop g5 is fine, but it would have been a shocking move. It's like my game with De Boer, where I played rook h5 from h6 and made him 30 moves later. Similar. Too similar. Okay, bishop d1. Yeah, I mean, black's just doing great. Weak pawn, bad bishop, great square. Yeah, it's terrible for white. Frankly, ridiculous. And then they made some more moves. Okay, he played rook a8, rook h8, obviously. Yeah. And the bishop has some good squares. The queen has good squares. This is hanging. Yeah, this is the worst bishop I've ever seen. Terrible. And the engine says it's equal because, just defends for white and draws. But yeah, Geary's going to lose. All right. And then after knight e1, king h7, knight c2, knight e3. Man, it's harsh. Got to defend this pawn the whole game. The truth hurts. Okay, what happened? Bishop e2, bishop e5. Good. Every move this game continues, you see how bad g4 is. Like this pawn was here, white's winning. But after this, f4 is in black's control. This pawn's weak. Dark squares aren't defended. God, white squared bishop. Come on, g4. All right. I mean, the engine says it's equal, but I mean, how can black not win? Move around and around and around. Geary blunders and you win. Come on, easy. Black doesn't want to win because a draw wins the match. So, damn, knight f1. God damn. In a must-win game, knight f1. Yeah. Harsh. f5 always gives black the advantage, but Magnus knows if he does nothing, he'll draw the game. So I think he'll still play f5 eventually because he has to play the right move. But yeah. By just like moving his rook back and forth, white stuck to his d pawn. So all right. Put it in h. Knight takes h1. That's the best move he could find. f5, ef5, gf5. Good, good. I mean, this is a draw with correct play, but I'm assuming black's going to win anyway. Got to assume something. Anybody know the times in this game? Is Hikaru up 5 minutes on the clock? Like 6-1? Like I expect? Rawr. Both matches are 2-1. Geary has to win. Firouzja has to win. Those guys aren't going to win. Neither one is doing well. 4 minutes to 2. No. 5 minutes to 2. 4.5 to 2.5. 4.5 to 2. Well, I mean, Caruana said he plays much better in real life than online. I mean, I think so, but I'm an old man, so I'm used to playing it in real life. Knight g3 is really, come on, giving this pawn away? Terrible. I don't know what Hikaru is going to do because a draw wins the match for him. So I don't know. Maybe he'll just draw. I don't know. Hikaru likes to win when he's winning. He doesn't like to give a draw away even when it wins the match. I don't know. It's not rated, though. Actually, you know what? Winning is better than drawing for the tie breaks at the end of the tournament. So if he's winning, he has to win. He can't give the guy a draw. He's not winning here, but he's just better with more time. All right. So Firouzja finally went crazy and played h4. Good, good. Knight here is a very strange move because white can play d4 now, which he should have played. And he played this, which is... I have no comment about how bad that is. All right. And he should have played d4 because then he's finally getting rid of his weak d-pawn. All right. Not sure why he didn't play d4. It's the first chance he had to play it because the knight's not on d4. All right, and they drew. All right. Hikaru gave him a draw. All right. Yeah, I mean... Hikaru could have played to beat him on time, but all right, position is equal. Black has no losing chances. That was a bad game. Hikaru played really badly and got outplayed and had no play, and then Geary played g4, which is just awful. All right, so Hikaru wins in a very strange 1 win in 3 draws. A strange 1 win in 3 draws, I might add. Gotta add something. And live chess, etc. Mainly, etc. h4 was played. So Hikaru won his match. Grishuk is still correct. Geary hasn't won any games this tournament. He's got 6 draws and 2 losses. No. He's got 5 draws and 3 losses. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 5 draws and 3 losses, yeah. Yay, Voyager 2. Yeah. Terrible. 1,300 viewers. Go viewers. Okay, Magnus played a very bad move, h5, giving him a chance to play d4 again. After d4, white's better. This wasn't a good idea because the knight was stopping d4. I don't know, players aren't seeing it. After here, obviously if e4, the queen moves and we have knight e3 later. And if you take, I can play knight e3 now because the pawn's pinned. And then... this position is just better for white. Take either way, I guess. I mean, I have a passed pawn, and this extra pawn's meaningless. I have a passed pawn, and my knight's good. I'm not sure what the players missed there. That's weird. Because obviously white doesn't want to have this pawn here the whole game. He wants to play d4. And he got 2 chances to do it. He didn't do it. It's very strange. All right. Knight g3, queen g4. I don't know. I guess Firouzja could win. He's not worse. Was worse. And I could take this and put his knight on f5 or f1, then go to e3. He could win. Shouldn't win. h5's bad. Knight d8's bad. Magnus not playing well. Magnus loses every game with black, even when he's better. Damn. I'll be really surprised if Magnus loses this game. Even though he has 0 with black, I'll still be surprised. I'll be pretty happy, though, because I want to see Armageddon. Armageddon, I'm not sure Magnus is the favorite in Armageddon. That move is awful. Knight takes h5. That's not a good move. Yeah, that's... Why does he want this pawn structure? What? That's just a terrible move. I don't know. Players are all bad. Let's go back to the 60s when the players were good. Roar. Yep. What's the time situation? Is anybody on the chat saying it here? Nope. Wow, this is bad for white. Bad pawn structure. Black's pieces are perfect. f5 kicks the knight out. This pawn's a goner. I don't know. Magnus might win. Can I be a GM? Yes. Firouzja has no time? Yes. Yeah. b6. Let's stop knight c5. Yeah. Somebody in the chat on chess.com said, are they wearing masks? They're sitting in a room by themselves. Maybe. Hikaru is wearing sunglasses. Yeah. All right, so if you're just tuning in, where were you? Hikaru won his match against Giri, 3 draws and a win. Magnus is up 2-1. Man, Firouzja plays a lot of bad strategical moves. Like, bad. Rick here and Black's just much better. That's a terrible move. It is explosive. Yeah, Firouzja as I said before, needs some seasoning. Strategically, Firouzja plays terrible. God. What is he, 16? 5 cents for Giri. Thank you. Knight h3 is check. I do agree. Tough decision. Like, this is a dead draw. This is funny. This move is a draw, and this move plays for the win. And Magnus needs a draw, but he still played for the win because it was the better move. So that's good. Yeah, that's a better move. c5. Man, that's the worst pawn structure I've ever seen ever. God, what a terrible pawn structure for white. Man, harsh. Well, Magnus not going to lose this position. The only question is whether he'll win or draw. Definitely not going to lose. Win's more likely because of Firouzja's time situation. Probably if 2 supercomputers were playing and they had a lot of time, it would be a draw. But I think Black's going to win in this, this kind of format. And also, if Magnus is much better or winning, he can't take a draw and win the match because of the tie breaks later. He'll want better tie breaks in case. So if he's winning, he's going to play for a win. Especially with this time situation you guys are telling me. Like, he hasn't moved yet, so Ali Reza must have no time. Regular computers, still draw. Yep, these moves are all correct. These are the best moves. Takes, here, rook b6, knight f7, knight h3 check, and rook takes h4. Yeah. Good. So far, they play all the engine moves. Yep, here. Now the engine wants him to check and play rook takes h4. Seems reasonable. Then the king could get in trouble because we got another rook here. We got 2 rooks and a knight mating your king. That could get dangerous. Could. Yeah. That's a lot of attacking power against this king. Everyone's playing bad. Well, it's 15-minute, so that you can't play too well. But I mean, Geary's playing especially bad. Geary's had good positions, and then he has like no chance of winning them, like none. It's very strange. Like the engine says he's plus 0.3, plus 0.6, plus 1, plus 1.5. He'll never win. Like 4 moves later, he's worse. Like every game. And then the games he lost to Naka and MVL in game 2 were pathetic. Like just played terrible, frankly. G4. I missed the last hour hoping Geary would win a game. He did not. Wow, knight G6. Not the engine's first choice. He didn't like knight here and rook takes because of knight takes e5, but the engine liked it. I understand he didn't like it. Yeah. Wow, king G8's the best move. God damn. Yeah, that makes more sense. Magnus just making the game a draw because he wins the match. Magnus is like, whatever. Yeah, now it's just a dead draw. It's a dead draw. So yeah, Magnus is like, fine, I'll win the match. It's an unusual decision for him. I guess he doesn't care about the tie breaks. He just figures he'll win all 7 matches. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I don't know. This is a dead draw now. Takes, rook takes check, rook takes, and 3 against 3, 2 rooks each. Yeah. All right. I guess dead draw is good when it wins the match for you. Fabi played pretty well the last game. Third game was a boring draw against Nepomniachtchi. All right, what happened here? Oh, Firouzja's playing for the loss. All right, Firouzja correctly doesn't play the drawing line because then he loses the match. So obviously after like takes, rook takes check, king f1 takes, I mean, white's not going to win here. Okay, 0% chance to win. And he has to win. So even if he gets to a worse position, that's better than drawing. So instead of playing this drawing line, Firouzja played a line where he's worse. Okay, this line. Yeah, now he's in trouble. But it's not a dead draw. He's in trouble. So that's better than drawing, I guess. All right, so knight takes here is winning. So he played king f1. Yeah. And now he's just down a pawn for nothing and worse. So, yeah. He knew that. He knew what he was doing. Yeah, maybe he'll checkmate Magnus and have an Armageddon. Problem is, if you check here or here, I can block 3 different ways. So that is a problem. But I think Ali Reza knew you can't take a draw because he loses the match. He knows this is a bad position, so he's playing for tricks. All right. That is the right thing to do. That's correct. Going to lose the game because of it, but all right, b3. As I said, these checks don't matter because it's block. Man, the truth hurts. Yeah. So black's winning, and black has more time. It'll probably win. But that was the right decision from Ali Reza, was to rather lose than draw. Losing and drawing is the same. So you might as well. Magnus could lose on time. He could get disconnected. He could die. COVID, He's got to give himself some chances. Yeah. I mean, Ali Reza is a lot younger than Magnus. So, Right, unlike Geary. Geary would definitely Geary would have just drawn. Yeah, definitely. I'm serious. But Ali Reza is like, well, draw's losing, so, got to lose. Yeah. Good. Mouse slip? Exactly. Yeah. All right, king f1. Man, everything wins for black. So what is this, like 20 seconds to 6 minutes now? Anybody? Mouse slips have been summoned. Good. 440 to 120. Man, the truth hurts. It's funny, moving the king is the engine move. And the reason is, if you take this, then knight here attacks the rook, and then rook takes knight and knight d2 check. So you can't take that. He defended the pawn anyway. Okay, now in this position, black wants to take the knight and then play knight d2 check. So he played rook c2. And now probably it's a draw with correct play because he can't save his pawn. So not a good game. Not good. Very low level game. Lots of mistakes. Bad mistakes. And from Magnus's point of view, it just doesn't matter. Like, Magnus draws the game, he wins the match. So whatever. This is funny. He's still, like, after here, like, probably rook takes b2 is a draw, but he went here because he can't draw. That move's probably better anyway. The engine says rook g4 is really strong because we're going to try to do this. That requires lots of calculation because after takes here, knight. You can't play knight d4 check because the knight's here. You can't give away your knight. Let's see. What do they talk? I don't even see the variation. What are they talking about? Rook here. Oh, you play knight here. Oh, this is brilliant. And then you take on b1, and now you're threatening rook here check, and pawn takes knight. And then it's a draw. This is a funny draw. And then here, and then this is probably a draw. The black's better, but probably a draw. It's a funny line. Magnus not going to do that. I don't think Magnus going to play rook g4. No. Okay, Magnus played knight d4, attacking the rook. And Magnus just wants to draw now. He's had enough. He's had enough of this match. Okay, and knight takes rook, takes, knight check, king e2. Yeah, king e2 is harsh because I go here. Then white's not going to win. Yeah, that's why Magnus did this. And then g5. Magnus doesn't take the pawn, drawing the match and drawing the game, winning the match. Still plays for the win. All right. So Magnus wins 2.5, 1.5, and Nakamura wins 2.5, 1.5. It's the first game in regulation Magnus did not lose with black. Good. So very good, Magnus. He finally held the draw with black to win the match. Excellent. Magnus won both matches, so he's in first, I guess, right? Because the other guys haven't played 2 matches. No, actually, Magnus winning the first match was 2-1 because it was Armageddon. So, yeah, he only has 5 out of 6. And then tomorrow, we'll see if somebody can get 6 out of 6. We got a couple of guys who could do it. Yeah. 5 match points. Ali looks sad. Yeah. All right. This looks pretty drawn. All right. Magnus had several winning positions this game, but he always knew that a draw would win the match. And Hikaru had a terrible position, and Giri just can't do anything. I don't know. I don't understand it. Giri's not playing well. That's a pretty bold statement, even if it's a joke, from Grishuk saying Giri won't win any games in the whole tournament. Damn, that's harsh. 28 games. God damn. Maybe he's kidding. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. You can give large donations now if you want, now that the games are done. Let's see. I am not a GM. Friend request. Enemy requests. Kesha texted me saying she likes my beard. Lots of, just checking my email. Let's see, who should I raid? I guess I'll raid Charlotte Chess Center. Got to raid somebody. It's going to be a big raid. Let's see, any donations? No donations? All right. You guys have cemented the fact that you're the worst. The worst, Jerry, the worst. You know, I give you guys a lot of crap. You guys actually aren't the worst. You know why you're not the worst? Do you know why? Because Giri's the worst. Let's see. You're the best. Haircut. Good. Donate. Geary is. Raid. Lee Chess. They don't have a channel. Who plays tomorrow? I don't know. Two people will play tomorrow. Nobody knows who. All right. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Also, I'll be streaming tonight. I'll do a recap of the round. And I have to do some more videos for these other organizations. So, plus or minus 8 p.m. tonight, I'll be streaming again with a recap of the round. So, in about 6 or 7 hours. All right. See you guys. Bye.